Okay, haven't done this in a bit. Let's make sure everything's working okay. Is audio going through? Is audio going through? Yes. I can hear myself talk. Yes. Okay. Alright, perfect. That is up. Okay, and then I'm going to need to advertise. So let me. Oh, hold on. Streaming. Whoa, what? Charlie's Beats, hello, welcome. How's it going? Thank you so much for the resub. I greatly appreciate it. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I am just going to be advertising for a moment, but you know what's going on, Charlie. If you want to request something, feel free. Let's see here. Hello, Crazy Asian Charlie's Beats. I like it. You don't make us wait 10 minutes before we see you. Oh, yeah, on one of my previous streams, I was just like, if I'm on, I'll just be on. And then if I'm not ready, I just won't start yet. I don't need to, I don't know, build a following. I'm kind of going to do that right now because I'm starting to advertise in the Discord channels that I would advertise in. So, but if I'm going to be on, no point. I don't play background music or anything, so the only thing you get is me. So there you are. But how are you doing, Obi-Wan? How's it going? Welcome in. I had a stressful 2 weeks. I'm sorry if anybody missed the memo, but I did not stream last week. That was planned, so yeah. It's Monday morning. Ah, yes, Obi-Wan, where you are, it is Monday morning. You are from the future, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. Hopefully your Monday is going well. Let's see. So today is Magic Stream 51. Next week will be a big one because it's Magic Stream 52. So that will be the situation for next week. So far it's good. Excellent. Glad to hear. Matt Magic. Hello, welcome in. How do you do? Hopefully you're doing well, Matt Magic. Great to see you. Nice seeing you in some other Magic chats recently, so thank you kindly for the follow. And thank you for stopping in. Well, just to introduce myself, I guess, to Magic Matt. Gibson Lens, thank you so much for the resub. You've subscribed for 12 months. That is 1 year. Thank you so much, Bert. Thank you kindly. So for anybody who didn't know, Gibson Lens is my mod, but also one of the people who helped inspire me to continue streaming and start streaming initially. And so thank you so much, Bert, for just generally being around. All right, where was I? I was going to introduce myself to Matt. Hi, Matt Magic. My name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled the weird way that you see in my Twitch username. I like sleight of hand card magic, and I'm just a hobbyist. But you can use StreamerSonglist to request tricks from my trick list, and here's my trick list. So feel free to take a look, Matt Magic. And if you know tricks and you want to see me do any of them, feel free to request them. And Gibson Lens, thank you so much for requesting. For shouting out Obi-Wan. So if you're not following Obi-Wan, everybody, and you like watching somebody practice guitar to Asian pop music, that's Obi-Wan. I was hanging out the other day, and he was trying to hit all of the Asian cultures. So Korean songs, Japanese songs, Chinese song. So, all right. Ooh, nice. Glad to hear it. We'll check it out. All right. Awesome. Okay, where was I? I was in the middle of advertising, and then I already got on a tangent of chatting with people. So, But this is great. That's why I'm here. I'm here to hang out. Also, it's a little exciting because it's almost stream 52. So next week, presumably stream 52, and that is the plan. Somehow to make next week special. I don't know how. I'll figure it out. Hype! Yeah! Thanks for the hype, Charlie. So if anybody doesn't know what I do when I am advertising, I'm literally just announcing in other people's discords that, hey, I'm going live. That's basically it. But this is a nice chance to catch up. If anybody is, how is everybody doing? Feel free to let me know how your weekend was, or if it is Monday for you, like if you're a time traveler in the future. Also let me know how, like Obi-Wan, he already told me that it's so far so good for Monday in Australia. But yeah, I had a tough couple of weeks. It was a little stressful, but the big news is my daughter is now 2 years old officially. So for anybody who didn't know, I am a relatively new dad, i.e., my 2 year old is my first kid, and so far my only kid. And she just became 2 years old. So super exciting. Congrats. Thank you so much, Obi-Wan. Greatly appreciate it. Need to change the baby command. Oh, you're right. We do. I mean, it could still mostly say that, but I'll probably have to say like toddler or something instead. Let's see here. But yeah, last weekend. So sorry I did not stream last weekend, but my mom was in town to visit because she wanted to be here for my daughter's second birthday party. So we had like a 2 day birthday party Saturday and Sunday, and it was very hot weather, so we opened up the pool. I mean, the pool was open. It was just we allowed other people to jump in. And then we did something that was probably a little bit tough. We converted the bed to be we converted the crib to be a bed, and so now our little girl is big enough to crawl in and out of her own bed. And I was like, whoa. Funny story, the first night she actually rolled and fell out of bed. Luckily, I had the foresight to put like a pillow there. So she actually rolled out apparently, and then continued to sleep on the floor, and then continued to roll farther away from the bed. And she slept there for like 3 or 4 hours before she miraculously found a way to climb back into bed. And I was so proud that she was able to do it by herself, and she didn't make a big deal. We didn't hear too many cries and things like that. So I was just, I don't know, super impressed, I guess. But yeah, kids, 2 years old. Yeah, thanks for the claps, Charlie, for presumably my baby. She's stringing together like 6, 7, 8 words now. She doesn't know she doesn't know pronouns like I and you very much yet, but we're starting to instill that now. But she knows how to refer to us by our names, mommy, daddy, and she calls herself Mimi. When you refer to yourself as me, Mimi. All right, cute way to say me. Let's see, what else? I haven't done too much magic. Luckily, I don't have to film anything for my YouTube tomorrow because I filmed that one last week. Because instead of streaming, I was like, okay, let me just record a couple of videos. And so I have a nice performance for one next week. Let's see. Also, if we there's one particular person from the Magic Twitch community, not a magician, but someone who was in one of the other Magic chats. Chatted with him in InfoXR's Magic chat, and he wanted to see a trick that I promptly taught myself and I posted on YouTube for last week. So I'll probably be doing that trick tonight. That trick is called Smiling Mule. So we'll see if ChromoPunk shows up. Hey, welcome in, Chan. How's it going? Thanks for shouting out Chan, Gibson Lens. If you guys didn't know, Chan the Magic Man is one of the other Twitch magicians that has a regular magic streaming schedule. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow, and you might be able to catch Magic Monday on Chan's stream. Welcome in, I'm Uni. How's it going? Hi, good to see you again. Hi. So I was hanging out. I forget. I think it was somebody's chat, and I was chatting with I'm Uni, and I remember one of the things that I'm Uni said when in appearing on my stream for the first time. It's like, oh yeah, it's like I'm Zul'Junim slave, and actually, if you translate that Korean says Zul'Junim, and then whatever the Korean words for slave Uni. So I thought that was really funny, so I told Uni the other day, and that was yeah. Sorry, fun story. Things that I'm thinking about. Let's see. The Feisty One! Hello, welcome in, the Feisty One 67. How's it going? Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see. Gibson Lens, if you want to give a shout out to the Feisty One, please, if we can do that. If anybody isn't following the Feisty One, you like retro games and like that, you give the Feisty One a follow. I think I've only stopped in when the Feisty One was playing Galaga. So, but I've seen a couple of streams where it's retro games. So, okay, let me see. Sorry, still advertising. I'm going slow because I'm also reading chat and hanging out. But wow, thanks for everybody does hopping in. The trick list is open, so feel free to request. I do see Charlie's Beats request, so we'll do that first after advertising. Let me see. You're welcome. No problem, the Feisty One. Thanks for being here. Okay. Oh no, my fear is sometimes if I'm like going through the Discords, I accidentally click on like a voice channel. It's like, oh no, I now have to get out. It's this close to hopping into somebody else's voice channel. I should probably also come up with a. I've thought like maybe I don't have to advertise in every single person's Discord, and I probably don't, but I haven't really had the time to sort things out. Okay, last Discord. Okay, just 2 more advertising. OMG, I do that too. Yes, that's. I mean, when you first start out, right? Like the best way to just get people to come over is, the places that you would normally hang out already anyway. And then sometimes I've joined some Discords because I'm like, oh, that was a funny clip, and then I just clipped, but I don't really hang out in that person's stream that much. Like once you get to like more than 30 or 40 streamers that you like and hang out with, there's already so much time that you have to dedicate to hang out with all of them. So it's like, all right, well, I can't catch everything. And if you have FOMO, it's kind of bad because you're like, I want to experience everything. And for a while, I was like feeling bad. And then after a while, I was like, I have a kid, I have a job, people will understand. And then I was just like, I let go, and then I was just like, oh, it's fine. I have to deal with this stuff anyway, and so I can miss streams. It's okay. So I relieved myself of some of that stress, and just it just made life a lot easier. I feel bad because I can't hang out in everybody's streams or Discords as much as I want to, but that is the way Twitch works. Fear of missing out. FOMO, yes. That is the fear of missing out. Okay, alright. One more copy pasta. And then we get to starting. Okay, whew. Alright. Now, I get to minimize everything. Oh, except for the trick list. And then... Okay, let's start. Alright, if anybody didn't know, we have a Twitch deck here. I'm going to open up my box if you haven't seen this nice card box that my wife gave me. She actually hates Magic, but she knows how much I love it and cards, so she got me this one year. And this is the Twitch deck, the deck that I use on Twitch. And it is signed by a lot of people who have come to support the stream, watch the stream. So if you want to sign a card, it's just a sub or the equivalent of a sub, 500 bits, and you get to sign a card. About half of the deck, I would say a little bit more than half of the deck is signed now, but there's still a bunch of cards that are not signed. Okay, that's the first thing. Feisty One says, life happens, not much you can do about it. Yes. I mean, I'm of the firm belief that life happens, and the things that you can do about it is mostly how you react to it. And so if you guys are familiar, I don't remember exactly who said that. Was that Yogi Berra? Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I kind of believe that. And so I guess here's the other ritual. I have to get my fingers all ready. So this is my cheating gloves. They're not real gloves. It's just quick sort if anybody's seen it or used it before. But yeah, if you think about like how much, if a bad day happens to you, is it really that bad in the grand scheme of things? There are some things in which it's probably empirically bad and most people would agree with you, but I don't know. If there's a long line at the coffee shop and you're stuck in traffic and like, I don't know, you stub your toe, like, it might seem annoying, but like, is it a bad day because you were just like, oh man, all these bad things are happening to me, as opposed to like, okay, those are just like normal bad things and I'm just reacting in a worse way. It's like, oh, okay, instead of thinking, oh, that's as worse as it can get, all the rest of the day is going to be better because, you know, it can't get worse than that, right? Like, I don't know. That's my mindset. Hold on. Why is my streamer song? Oh, hold on. I need to enable things. We're on the screen. Okay. You can see stuff. We can see stuff. Oh, excellent. Okay. Oh, and I need to. We're done advertising. Okay. Snap change transposition. All right. You know what? Let's start. So I know Charlie's Beats has signed the 5 of Hearts because Charlie's here like most streams. And oh, actually, hold on. I have to grab just baby monitor just to make sure it's not. I mean, she's not really that much of a baby because she is 2 years old, but I just need to make sure she's okay before. I'm gonna have this up like over here. Yeah, here. We'll give you guys a glimpse of baby monitor. So here's baby and converted crib to bed. So that was very new. That was very recent. So so I'm putting that over here. Just most people have chat on their phone. I have a baby camera. All right. Thank you kindly for the emotes. All right. So first things first, we have a trick that Charlie has just requested. This is called the snap change transposition. So something that you may or may not know, sometimes magicians may have to hold 2 cards as one. So right now, if it looks like I'm holding one, I'm actually, secret. There's 2. So here's the 5 of Hearts, here's the 5 of Clubs. Now here's the thing, if I take the 5 of Clubs and I place it down here, right? So here's the 5 of Hearts. But actually I can swap them if I just show you like this. They've actually been switched because if I pick this up and I show you now, it's actually, and you know this is the same card because it's signed. So, and that, my friends, is the snap change transposition. All right. Hopefully that was a okay opener for you, Charlie. Thank you kindly for that request. I haven't done that in a bit, I think, but it didn't help that I was out last week for streaming. But yeah, I don't normally do that one. So, but it's very quick. It's very quick. I've done that one twice in a row, and it's just hard to get like because people are like, oh, I'm watching the second time. So, okay, Chan the Magic Man has requested a trick called Wild Card. All right, hang on. I do have to grab some other cards for this. Let's see here. All right, Wild Card. So, if anybody didn't know, Magic card tricks, there are a lot of them, and some of them don't use a deck of cards. A lot of them that only use like a handful of cards are called packet tricks because they're a small packet of cards. So, yeah. This one is no different. Okay, so thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. And once again, thank you so much for the resub. And also thank you, Gibson Lens, for the resub. Greatly appreciate you guys. All right, so the next one is requested by Chan the Magic Man. Thank you so much, Chan. Oh, I forgot to finish that. So if anybody is looking for more magic on Twitch. Oh my god, Lily Maraki. Lily Maraki. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in. Drazi Queen. How are you guys doing? Thanks for the shout out for Lily Maraki. I don't believe we've met. Welcome in Zupi Lan or Zupe Lan. Welcome in Lily Maraki. Lily Raid, you pronounce it right. Yes, victory. I'll call that victory. Lily, how was your stream? What did you do? I'm reading your... Let me go ahead and give you a follow. I'm reading your thing. I'm a variety streamer that plays games, does art, and would like to do cosplays too. If you like it here, follow me so we can hang out more. Awesome. I was here once before from another raid. Oh, awesome. Hey, thank you kindly for the follow, Drazi Queen. Let me just introduce myself to the raiders. It went really well. We played Smooshy. Come home. Thank you so much, Zupilan. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic on Twitch. You haven't missed much today. I basically spent the first chunk of stream advertising, and then that's when I just tell everybody I'm going live. And then I just did one trick, the opening trick, so there's one more coming up. But if you guys didn't know, I have co-opted a StreamerSonglist, and I've basically put no songs on it. It is all magic tricks. Well, that's a lie. One of them is not a magic trick. Most of them are magic tricks. And if Lily, if you would like to request a trick, or if you don't know what to request but you want to see some magic, just type !random, and it'll put one into the queue, and we can do that for you. But Drazy Queen says, I know a single card trick. Ah, okay. Ooh, sleight of hand is always fun. Zupe. Lan. All right. Random. Excellent. 8-card brainwave. Oh, okay. All right. My apologies, Chan. We're going to bump the Raiders trick above just because. So, 8-card brainwave. This one is great because, Lily, do you have a moment to make some decisions? I'm just going to try and get into your head for this particular trick. Sure. All right. Excellent. So, this trick is called brainwave. So, I'm going to try and get into your head. But I just want you to know at the end of the day that everything that I do in my stream is sleight of hand card magic, and there's no black magic, there's no sorcery. I didn't sign any deals with the devil. It's not like religions that are misunderstood, voodoo. None of that. It is just sleight of hand card magic, and maybe some good presentation. But pretend that I didn't say any of that, and the manipulation may or may not have started. So for this trick, there are 8 cards. And I want you to, when I show them to you, Lily, go ahead and select one. And if you don't want me to be able to predict which one it was, feel free to change your answer to a second or third one. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. Okay, I have 8 cards here. Now at this point, the camera won't cut away, and I won't do anything different. But Lily, have you mentally selected one of these cards in your head? Let us know once you do. You have. Okay, excellent. All right. Go ahead and tell me what it is. My hands are up here. You can see the cards down there. Go ahead and tell everybody what it is. Which card is it? Seven of clubs. Okay. Here's your one chance. Do you want to stick with the seven of clubs, or do you want to change your mind? I don't want you to go to bed tonight thinking, man, if only I just chose a different card. So seven of clubs. Stick with it. Okay, excellent. So you chose the seven of clubs out of all of these other cards. I'm just going to leave the seven of clubs there just for a second. Now I want to show you that I knew which one you were going to pick, even before I gave you the chance to change your mind. Because look, if I just show you what we have here, are blue-backed cards, but the seven of clubs, if I show you, is a red-backed card. And that, my friends, is the 8-card brainwave. Thank you so much for the request and the raid, Lily. Hopefully it's okay that I call you Lily. I assume that that's okay. If you prefer the full name, let me know. I will say Lily Maraki every time. Thank you for the ooh. Thank you for the claps, Chan. Witchcraft. It says Drazi Queen. Thank you for the claps, Lily and Gibson Lens. And I'm Uni. Says nice. Yep, that's fine. All right, sweet. Anyway, so since we are just getting started, there's plenty more magic to do, and once again, the trick list is it's technically free for anybody who's a follower or subscriber to request. So if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. It'll just get put in the queue. The one thing that is not a magic trick on my trick list is I get to solve a Rubik's Cube. So we have a cube here, if anybody wants to see that. It is not magic, but if anybody wants to see it, that's the only thing that's a trick that's not magic on the trick list. Okay, so next up we have Wild Card, and that was requested by Chan the Magic Man. All right, I think as I was saying, so if you're looking for more magic on Twitch, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Normally does magic on Monday nights, US time. But the rest of the time, if you catch Chan the Magic Man usually streaming retro games, and sometimes other community games as well. So please give Chan a follow. Zuljanim, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. If we can get a shout out for Zuljanim. If anybody does not know Zuljanim, excellent piano player, plays a lot of piano to things such as Disney music, anime songs. I like Korean music. I like K-pop a lot, so there's also some songs. Not as much K-pop, but there's some Korean music as well as Zuljanim's song list. But I'm just there because it's nice, relaxing piano music during my work days usually. So. Okay, all right, excellent. Just woke up, doing okay. How are you? I've been stressed because my baby is 2 years old and we made her crib a bed, but otherwise mostly doing okay. I feel better now that I'm back streaming. I missed last week because birthday stuff for my daughter. Okay, all right. So here we have Obi-Wan. Time to run. Okay. Okay. So we have a bunch of cards here. They all happen to be 9 of spades, actually. So here we have 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades. Actually, I lied. There's actually one that is not a 9 of spades. It's actually this Queen of Hearts right here. But 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades, and 9 of spades. So we have a ton of 9 of spades and 1 queen of hearts. Now this trick is called wild card because the queen of hearts can party. And when somebody can party, can totally change the life of all of the party guests around. And so, the Queen of Hearts, very infectious laughter, very congenial, very friendly, and can help get everybody on board to the party life. And she can just do it just like this. Drowsy Queen says, my 2.5-year-old is fighting sleep as we speak. Oh, my sympathies. I get that. Like, I've had nights where my child fights sleep. Not quite 2.5 years old yet, but maybe her fighting will just get more sophisticated. But now if I show you Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. I know. Interesting. That Queen of Hearts walks over to this wallflower with the other newly Queen of Hearts friend. And if I show you that this Queen of Hearts has changed this 9 of spades to be another Queen of Hearts. And once again, they approach someone who looks like they're sitting alone at the party and show you that they've turned the 9 of spades to be a Queen of Hearts. I know, interesting. And once again, here's another attempt for the Queen of Hearts to get somebody else to live the party life as the Queen of Hearts. Chan's like, thank you for the OMG, Chan. And Lily's like, what? Yeah, I know. Here, we'll do this one kind of quick. And here we are. They find a group of people, and they end up finding that we're going to change all of these 9 of spades to be Queens of Hearts. And then finally this last one. Drowsy Queen, I'm trying desperately to catch your shenanigans, but I can't do it so good. We're all queens here. Yeah, we are. Because if I show you, we are all queens. And that, my friends, is wild card. This Queen of Hearts is certainly wild. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the applause, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps, Lily, Zuljanim, Drazi, Queen, and Lily, and I'm Uni, and Gibson Lens. Thank you so much. Alright. Okay, looks like that. Welcome in, Tangy Cat. How's it going? Is this where we say, yeah, yes, queen? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Was that enough sass? Do I need more sass? Hold on. Let me attempt that again. Yeah. Was that the correct amount of sass that time? I think that was probably more accurate. Sorry, my first attempt was only half-hearted. That second one was better, in my personal opinion. Thank you, says, more sass! More sass. All right. Always more sass. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this head move. Girlfriend? I don't Sorry, I think I used to do it better. I've gotten a little bit old. My neck muscles can't do it as... Hold on. Ugh, my neck muscles can't do it as well anymore. Oh, man. All right. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for laughing. Because otherwise it would have just been like me awkwardly doing this and then being like, oh, everybody hated that. Ugh. All right, let's see. Okay, I do want to do one trick. And it's one that's off menu, so we're gonna try this for the first time ever on stream. I need to find two. Let's see. What would be some? We were just talking about the queens. Let's find a couple of queens. Let's. Okay. Secret menu card trick. Yes, yes. It's not on my trick list. I do know more tricks than are on my trick list, but between being able to reliably perform them or always having like the cards ready for those tricks, if, for example, some of the tricks that I do require not like regular cards. For one of the good examples is that I have some card tricks where blank cards come into play. So like, if I don't have all the things for that trick, I can't do it. So this one would be what we say in the industry as an impromptu card trick. So I can actually perform this with any particular deck of cards, so long as generally if it's like a complete deck of cards. I don't think you even need a complete one for this trick, but and so long as like most of the time if like the cards are in similar shape, like I can't have like half of the deck be like in cruddy shape and then the other half be like brand new. Like if you were trying to restore an old deck and you put brand new cards into like an already used deck, that doesn't feel good, but I guess we could do it. I don't know that trick. I know has a name, but I'm sure it does. It's fairly basic. Drazi Queen, there's one trick that I do that I've been doing for a very long time. I'd probably do a slightly more modified version of it, but there's a trick in my trick list called the inverted card trick. If you want to go ahead and request that, I'll do that after this, and that's probably as close to maybe that, or unless it's the 21 card trick, which so I don't bash any other tricks, but I just like performing sleight of hand. So if it's a math-based trick, you probably won't see it here. There's like one trick that I've done that has some math principles, but most of the trick list is all sleight of hand magic. So let's see. The secret menu trick found out last week. KFC has a secret menu on their phone app. That is an interesting way to get people to sign up for using your app. All right, first things first. I've set aside a couple of cards to be our helpers for this trick, and I've set aside the queens. Next, we are going to need a card selected, and it doesn't actually matter that I know what it is. But actually, wait. Not yet. Don't slight. Actually, if you want to take a look at the cards, I'm pretty sure this is a complete deck. Don't choose jokers because there's two. So take a look for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the two queens into the middle of the deck, right next to each other so that there's no cards directly in between them. And just so that you can verify I haven't done anything fishy, here's the queens, black queens right there. Okay. Now, this trick is called Smiling Mule for any of you magicians that happen to be in chat, because I know there's at least one, maybe two. And what we're going to do is do the words written on them matter? No, a lot of these are just signed by other people in the community. So if anybody wants to sign a card, usually a sub, even your Prime sub, if you use it to support me on stream, it's just other people's names that have supported me here on the channel. But anyway, okay. Now, everybody in chat, if you would like to select a card, we'll need a card selected. And just name it. So I guess we'll take the first person who names a card in chat. Go ahead and type the name of a card. And what we're going to do is I'm going to make that card jump in between the two black queens. And by me, I mean the deck sock. If you have not met the deck sock, here's your chance. So we've got 4 of spades named by Drazi Queen. That's the first one I saw. And here's the deck sock. So if anybody didn't know, I have no magical talent. This is the magical talent here in this stream. It's the deck sock. It's called a deck sock because that's what it is. You can fit precisely one deck of cards in it, and that's it. And also, if you are subscribed here, you will see that it is an emote here. So feel free to spam deck sock hug if you've got it. There you go. Charlie's on top of it. Thank you for showing that off. So yeah, that is an emote, which is deck sock hug. So anyway, 4 of spades. All right, Jirazi Queen. Believe it or not, here we go. Now, the 4 of spades is in between the 2 black queens. I know, you don't believe it. That's okay, that's okay. What I'm going to tell you is something that I know and you don't, and it's that the 2 black queens, if I show you the top card, there's a black queen on the top and there's a black queen on the bottom. So therefore, the 4 of spades is by default in between the 2 black queens. I know that's not very impressive, but Lily, I love that expression. Tangy Cat, thank you for the lulz. I know. First of all, you have to understand, I'm a dad, so you're gonna get genuine dad jokes here. But okay, that's okay. That's 4 of clubs, my dude. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and place the 4 of clubs into the middle of the deck. Okay, so it's going in. It's gonna go in, and I need to show my husband that one. Yes. Now, here's the thing. That's not so impressive, right? Because that's like a cop-out. So look, if I have these 2 queens here, what I'm going to do is do the trick the way that was meant to be done. By me, I mean the deck sock. The deck sock will probably do this the correct way, because I'm not very good at doing it the correct way. So let me just go ahead and say that the deck sock, he just loves to show off and take his time. So the deck sock is going to sit on the deck, and once again, we're going to see that the 2 queens, the black queens, will get narrower and narrower until they're basically surrounding just the 4 of clubs. Lily says, I need to show my husband that one. Okay, I thought we were doing 4 of spades. Wait. Was it 4 of spades? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, we're going to do this again because ChromoPunk is in. Okay, we're going to do this again because ChromoPunk has seen it. But we're going to show you that the deck sock is going to do it with the 4 of clubs, and then I'll do it with the 4 of spades. Because look, if I show you, here's a card right here. Hey, oh my God, Crazian. I assume I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not sure who I am. I'm not sure who I am more sus of. Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Crazian, thank you so much for the raid. What were you doing? I don't know if we've crossed paths here. Born in '95 and drawing since before I can stream art. Oh, okay. I enjoy challenging myself with different styles and mediums. Okay, excellent. Crazian, how was your stream? Good vibes. Oh my God! Somebody clicked on the screen and gave me a heat map. All right. Yeah. Welcome in, ChromoPunk. ChromoPunk. I'm going to start this trick over because I did not do the correct card. Sorry. I didn't do the correct card. The sock was trying to tell me to do the correct card. Lol. Crazian is also from Crazy Asian. Yes, I figured as much. That's hilarious. High five. Yep. I spell Crazy Asian this way. You're Crazian from Crazy Asian that way. Excellent. Anyway, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this way, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. So here we are. Now I'm just going to show everybody that this is the 4 of clubs, but now I have to redo this trick because we actually wanted the 4 of spades. So okay, first things first. I'm going to eat all these heat maps because there's just so many on screen. Anyway, if anybody didn't know, when I have you try and select a card, this is the best way to do it. So if you're on, delicious. If you're on desktop, if you click directly on the screen, you'll see a heat map mark precisely where is I know you from Chris and Lady A. Ah, okay. All right, first of all, we have 2 lovely black queens that are going to be helping us with the trick. I'm going to go ahead and place them into the middle of the deck. So this is the second. Okay, this is the second time. We're going to do this right with the 4 of spades this time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to you, deck sock. I know. I know. So once again, just to prove to you that there are no cards in between the two black queens. Okay, right there. And this is what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and have the deck sock once again do interesting things to try and get the 4 of spades in between the 2 queens. And the deck sock is the magical talent. I certainly don't do anything. It's all the deck sock. And secretly, when it seems like it's just me, the deck sock is literally just sitting off camera. So it's coaching me the entire way through. Good vibes to you and everyone in chat today. Thank you so much, Crazian. Once again, thank you for the raid. Crazian, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. So I have converted a StreamerSonglist, and I only put magic tricks on it. So if you don't know what to request, you can type !random, and it'll randomly put a trick in the queue for you. And we'll do that for you for your raid. So Chromopunk says, I'm considering this training. Oh, excellent, Chromopunk. So everybody who didn't know, Chromopunk is another magician trying to do this trick, and after that discussion I taught myself this trick and then I recorded it and put it up on YouTube, and so now I'm doing it. So Chromopunk, I'm glad that you get to witness this. So alright, so now I know something that you don't know, except for the people who just saw this trick. The 2 black queens are now surrounding the 4 of spades. They're actually surrounding every card, because on the top there's a black queen, and on the bottom there's a black queen. So by default, the 4 of spades is in between the 2 black queens. I know. And then that went over the first time as a dad joke. Everybody loved it. By loved it, I mean probably rolled their eyes in their head. So now look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the 4 of spades into the middle of the deck. And what we're going to do is do something interesting, probably the way that this trick should have been done. So here, we'll just show you that the black queens are right there, and let's try. For dad joke, it was pretty good. Excellent, thank you kindly. Okay, so now I need the deck sock to actually do this trick correctly for me, and we'll have the deck sock once again touch the deck, and it's already doing the work. The black queens are just slowly narrowing, and they're now surrounding the 4 of spades. Whether you believe it or not, it's probably better if I just show you. So look, if I turn the deck over and I spread, we have conspicuously 1 card facing the opposite direction, and directly around them is the 2 black queens, and this face down card is indeed our... Whoops. That's anticlimactic when it goes back down. I mean, you saw it, but anyway. 4 of spades, there we are! Redux, the second time around. But I didn't mess up the first time. I mean, I didn't mess up the trick. I just messed up what card people selected. Which is arguably more embarrassing than messing up a trick. That just means I'm mentally unprepared for this magic presentation business. Luckily, I don't get paid for this, so... this is just a hobby. All right. Oh, and excellent. Thank you for the request, Crazian. We will bump that up to the top for you. Thank you kindly for the claps. Zuljanim, Drazi Queen, Lily Meraki. Oh my God, Chris M. Yee, thank you so much for the resub. And thank you so much for being a sub for 12 months. That is a year. That is old enough to get a bunch of vaccines, and then you don't have to go to the doctor for another year. And I only know this because my kid's 2 now, so it's just a year ago. Anyway, how's it going, Chris M. Yee? Welcome in. If we can get a shout out for Chris M. Yee. Chris M. Yee, variety streamer, plays a bunch of games. Also the host of the Clip M. Yee show that showcases a bunch of clips from the Twitcherverse. So yeah, please give our friend Chris M. Yee a follow. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tangy Cat, Chain the Magic Man, E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Thank you so much for the claps. And welcome in, E-Room. Oh, excellent. We have that up at the top. Thank you kindly, Bert. We haven't done a Clip ME show in a while, so we're going to have a lot of clips next show. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if we can get a shout out for E-Room as well, that would be awesome. Hi, E-Room. How's it going? If you're not following E-Room and you want to see true variety, E-Room does all sorts of crazy things. Tours around town, opening things on his couch. It's a ridiculous time. So, all right. So we have a request from our new friend Crazian. Thank you kindly for the raid and the request. So this trick is called Dr. Daly's Last Trick. Why is it called his last trick? Well, so Dr. Daly was really a medical doctor and did sleight of hand magic. This might not have been the last trick that he performed, but it was the last trick that he was known to be working on with other prominent magicians that survived him and published a book, including this material, attributed it to him. And so that is what this trick is all about. So first things first, let's switch over to this view. It's not going to be impressive if you just see my head the entire time and I'm just talking about the magic. So here we've got the 4 aces. Now here's something interesting. If I was to just reverse count these aces, and I want you to try and find and keep track of where the ace of spades is, just follow the ace of spades. So we're going to do this twice. So here's the first time. Okay. Here's the ace of clubs. So there's the 2 black aces and the 2 red aces. Now, if you're on desktop, feel free to go ahead and click directly on the screen where you think the ace of spades is. And we will proceed from there. Okay, so we've got a couple of people saying that the ace of spades is here. We've got one person here. We've got one person saying here and one person saying there. Okay. 2 people are, okay, 3 people here. Okay. Now, for everybody who doesn't realize, as I said, I'm doing this twice. This first time, I did no magic. Okay, if that changes where you think it is, change your heat map now. Otherwise, this is where people thought. But we got a lot of people thinking it's here. And then 3 people here and 1 person there. Yeah, as I said, I didn't do any magic this time. So if I show you the ace of spades is actually here, where those 3 people said it is, and that's the ace of clubs, and here are the red aces. So, okay, so now I'm gonna quickly eat these heat maps. Delicious. Okay, we're gonna do it a second time, and maybe I'm spoiling some stuff, but here we have the ace of spades, and I'm going to leave that right here. And then here we have the ace of clubs, and we'll leave that right here. Now, once again, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click on the screen. Where do you think the ace of spades is? So intuitively, it should be here, because that's where it was last time. Why would I change anything? Except for the sheer claim that I'm doing magic. Maybe I'm throwing you for a loop again, and I didn't do any magic this time. I'm not saying that, but okay, we've got 2 votes here. We've got a lot of votes down here, so a mix between here and there. Okay, so for those of you who thought that it was here, I'm sorry, you have lost, because this is not the ace of spades. And luckily nobody guessed this, because this is also not the ace of spades. Actually, neither one of these are the black aces, because you thought that the black aces were over here. So anyway, at least 3 of you are going to be right, maybe 4 of you. So if you thought that the ace of spades was here, the 4 of you here, that is the ace of clubs. My apologies. So if you are one of the 3 that guessed here, you are correct. By the way, I think incidentally we may have 3-ish magicians in chat. So if those were you, props to you. And that, my friends, is Dr. Daly's last trick. Oh, wait, we've got a lot of heat maps right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can shove them all in my mouth all at once. Wow, that might have sounded way more violent because I smacked the camera. Not the camera, I smacked the microphone with my hand. So anyway, thank you so much for the request and for the raid creation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. ChromaPunk. It wasn't me. I'm just here to enjoy some magic. Awesome. Thanks for being here, ChromaPunk. Thank you so much for the claps. Lily. Chan the Magic Man. I'm Uni. E-Room for the num num num. And Tiny Cat says lol. And thank you kindly for the claps, Zuljanim. Okay, all right. So let's see. I am going to. Oh, Chris, I'm you. You did a redeem with Uno cards. Okay, hold on. I have to figure out where the heck I put Uno cards. I may delay if I just can't immediately find them. Hold on. Okay, all right. Okay, I found them. Okay, whew, crisis averted. They are okay. All right. All right. I'll do the other ones first, just because I don't have to break out a new deck all of a sudden. So, okay. So we're going to be doing the inverted card trick. Now, this inverted card trick, I actually asked Drazi Queen to put into the list because it might be the trick that Drazi Queen was thinking of. And if not, that's okay. You guys get to see this. Okay, so we have the deck. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you to select a card. Now, it technically doesn't matter that I know what it is, but let's just for fun, once again, if you're on desktop, go ahead and you can click directly on the screen, and the card with the most votes, we'll pull some of those out, and then we'll get people to select a card. All right, so we got one vote for, I believe, this one. And then we got one for the one right next to it. And then we got this one. Okay, and then we have this one. Okay, so hold on. Let me just pull these out, and then we can. And then I see the one for the top card as well. So, okay. Okay, all right. Consolidate your votes onto these. The one with the most votes, that'll be the selection as selected by chat. Or I guess I am partially discriminating because I'm sorry, I don't believe heat map works on mobile, but it's just so much more convenient for me. Okay, so we got 3 votes. Oh no, that person just changed. Okay, so we got 3 votes for this one so far. All right, so let's see. Going once, going twice. Last chance for anybody to change their votes. Okay, we got 4 votes for this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's first eat all these heat maps. Delicious. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn my head, and we are going to go ahead and turn this and let you guys see what it is. So turning my head, closing my eyes, turning this up. Go ahead and take a look. Hopefully you guys know what it is, and then make sure that somebody knows what it is in chat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it face down. Okay, opening my eyes, turning my head back. Okay, excellent. All right. Now, somebody tell me in chat, does somebody have it? Just want to make sure before we lose it in the deck. Yes, okay, somebody's got it. All right. Oh, okay, a few people. Thank you kindly, Drazi Queen, ChromaPunk, and Lily. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and place this into the deck, and we're just going to push it in. Now, sometimes magicians will hold the position of that open with a finger or something. I'm going to push it in cleanly and close it up. Hands completely off of the deck. There we are. So, it is lost. Excellent. Thank you, Chan, for also having it. And now we're going to do something super interesting. I'm going to go ahead and invert that card. That snap was just a magical sound. It did not actually do anything because you're going to hopefully be able to see something right here. 1, 2, 3. And actually the whole deck has turned around because if I show you, actually that whole deck has turned around except for one card. That one card is this one. Now, for those of you who may know how this trick is done on the schoolyard, this is where the trick ends. All right, go ahead and tell me what that card is that was selected. Anybody in chat, feel free to tell me. Anybody got it? 7 of clubs. Here we are, 7 of clubs. Thank you, Chan and Lily. Now, as I said, this is where the trick ends if you knew how it's done on the schoolyard. But let me go ahead and show you now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it, and I'm going to put the face down 7 of clubs into a face down deck. And we're going to push it in. Watch. Once again, it's clear, it's clean. And, nothing fishy. Let's just go ahead and snap. Now if I turn the deck over and I show you, there should be one card conspicuously facing in the opposite direction. And what card should that be? Well, it should theoretically be our 7 of clubs. Because look. And that you may not be able to explain on the schoolyard. And that, my friends, is the inverted card trick. Yeah, I say on the schoolyard because the original first version of that I learned how to do when I was a young kid, and I did that at school. But Magic didn't stick with me as a hobby back then, so. Witchcraft, says Drazi Queen. Alright, thank you so much for the emotes and the claps. Chris M. Yee, I'm Uni. Lily. Chris M. Yee. Drazi Queen. E-Room. Chan the Magic Man. Tangy says, what? I hope that's correct. There was a lot of A's in there. So, and Kisogo, hello. How's it going, Kiso? Welcome in. If we can get a shout out for Kisogo Plays, that would be great. Thank you kindly for the claps. Drazi Queen, Tangy Cat, I'm Uni, Chan the Magic Man, Chromopunk. I thought I had it for the first part, but the second part blew my mind. As I said, the first part is the childhood card trick. So if you know how that's done, you may very well know how the first half of that is done. Yeah, Tangy Cat says, it was perfect! Chromopunk says, it's so good! And Chris MU says, yo, Kiso! Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, Kisogo Plays, productivity streamer, also variety gamer, likes to play narrative games, but right now is currently going through Final Fantasy VII OG for the first time. That's a long story, but if you hop in, he'll explain. But anyway, so yeah, please, if you're interested in that, give Kisogo Plays a follow. Okay, all right. So let's see. That was the inverted card trick. And now the Devil's Elevator. All right, this is a great one. A lot of people, I've actually kept my song list in it because, or song list for trick list, because I wanted to see what tricks people would request or what ended up being popular. As it turns out, this one is popular. So I am happy to perform because I really like this one. There are some tricks that I don't like to do, but some of them get so good responses that I'm like, I have to do them because I can't not. Like, the reactions are just too good, even if I don't enjoy performing them sometimes. So, but it's good. Like, if it's a really good classic of Magic, I'll just keep it in the repertoire so that I can keep it fresh. Okay, so first things first, I've set aside. Okay, so this is a request from I'm Uni. Okay, so what we have here are the Oh, that's funny because I'm using the hearts, but we've got the 2 of hearts, which is signed by Kisogo Plays, which is in chat right now, and also the 5 of hearts, which is Charlie's Beats signed as well. Okay, so what we have here are 4 black 6s and 9s. Now I'm using 6s and 9s not because of the meme. I mean, that's partially one of the reasons, but because it's the Devil's Elevator, and so for this card trick at certain angles, they might look like 666 if I use 6s and 9s. So there aren't enough black 6s. I don't want you to mix them up with these. So, and then what we have here are the hearts. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to put aside the 4 black 6s and 9s over here, and I'm going to place all of the 5, 4, 3, 2 out over here. Well, actually, I'll just put the 5, 4, 3, and then we'll put the 2 on top. So here's the 5. So we'll leave that there. Here's the 4. We'll leave that there. Here's the 3. We'll leave that here. Here's the 2. And we're going to put that on top. Now, this is assigned Kisogo. So let's pretend that each one of these cards represents a level of hell. And so the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th level of hell. Now, if we were to go ahead and place the 2 of hearts in the 2nd level, can you see why I'm using the numbers? You know, you're deeper in hell, so it's harder to get out. But if you know how to get out of the Devil's Elevator, you're going to try and get to the uppermost level of hell, because that's the easiest one to escape from. And so we're going to go ahead and have them in the 2nd level of hell. If they're walking around, they find the elevator. Now, the reason why you can find an elevator is because hell is not just a religious place. It is a business, and all good businesses have a maintenance elevator. And so if Kisogo happens to find the maintenance elevator and gets in and presses, see, if you see, these are like buttons. If you press the elevator button to go up, because that's how you're going to get out, right? You've got to wait, because until you hear a ding, it's not going to work. So if anybody who's been here before, oh, there we go. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the ding. That elevator ding basically allows Kisogo to escape in the uppermost level of hell. I know. Now, let me go ahead and grab the 3 of hearts and place in the 3rd level of hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll push that in. They happen to be walking around. They find the Devil's Elevator. They get in. They're going to press the elevator button to go up. And we're going to wait until we hear a ding. If anybody would like to do a sound alert. So I have some redeems. These are, I think, pretty cheap. Oh, thank you so much. I'm Uni. Has triggered the ding for 3 of hearts, because now the 3 of hearts has hopped up to the top. I know. Now, some people believe that some of these cards were over here, but if I show you, these are all the black spot cards, the 6s and 9s that we've been using over here the entire time. Now, if I go ahead and I take the 4 of hearts and we place it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we go ahead and push that card in, and that person is walking around 4th level hell, they go and press the up elevator button. We gotta wait for a ding. Tangy Cat, I love your reactions. Lol, and then the single eye. And we need to wait for a ding. If anybody gets, thank you kindly so much for the ding, Tangy Cat. If I show you, the 4 has hopped up to the top. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on? Where all these emotes come from? Thank you so much for the follow, DVLBRD. Thank you. If I show you, there's the 4 on the top. Thank you for getting Maggie Miller out, because otherwise Maggie Miller might be stuck still. All right, now some people believe that there were more than 4. Devil Bird. Oh, that makes way more sense. Some people believe that there were more than 4 cards here, but no, these were the same black 6s and 9s that we've been using the entire time. If I place the 5 of hearts, also signed by Charlie's Beats, clearly on the bottom, we can close it up. Charlie has been here before. Charlie knows to find the elevator button, press up, and Charlie will hopefully get there. In the meantime, I came in with Crasion. Oh, okay. Thank you kindly for the follow, Devilbird. Lily, thank you so much for the ding. And if I show you, that ding has brought Charlie's beats up to the top, and Charlie can run out, and these are the same 4, 6s, and 9s that we've been using the entire time. And thank you so much. That was the Devil's Elevator. Hopefully everybody had fun using the dings for the sound alert. We have the Mike 2600. What in the devil? Welcome in, Mike 2600. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Lily, Gibson Lens, I'm Uni, Tangy Cat. Mike 2600 says aloha. If we can get a shout out for Mike 2600. For anybody who doesn't know, Mike 2600 is another magician. Has streamed magic on Twitch. Including not last week, but 2 weeks ago, where we rated into Mike 2600. But if you're looking for someone who is a DJ and can do magic, that's Mike 2600. So please give Mike 2600 a follow. Thank you so much, Bert. On occasion, yes, on occasion. All right, Chris M. Yee, we have made it to your trick and the Uno cards. So for anybody who does not know, I have a bunch of channel point redeems that are different decks of cards. And if I can do that trick that you request with a different deck of cards when you redeem it, I will do it. So the deck that has been requested right now, ChromaPunk says, I'm a DJ, but don't do magic, lol, yet. ChromaPunk, you let us know when you stream magic, and we're going to have to advertise you as another part of Magic Twitch. Where was I? Oh, yes. So Chris M. has requested Uno cards, and we're going to be doing this magic trick with Uno cards. So I have stripped all the duplicates out of this card. So everything in here is a single card with the exception of, I think, some wild cards. So we're not going to use those as our individuals, but there's only like one blue draw 2, there's only one yellow draw 2, so everything else is just a single. So just trust me on that. That's the situation and the state of the deck. So Chris M. Yee, you still there? If you would like to just choose either a number or one of the special cards like draw 2 or reverse or skip, I need a 4 of a kind effectively, and that's what we're going to be doing the trick with. So Chris, was this you? Did you click here, or is that somebody else? And if not, we can use this. It'll just be that was me. Okay, all right. So 3s. All right. So we're going to use all of the 3s. So we're going to use the yellow 3, the blue 3. Umbrin Crow, hello, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you kindly for the applause. I haven't done anything yet, unless you were just clapping for like previous tricks. Okay, so we're going to be doing magic with this Uno deck, as per Chris M. Yee, who has requested a trick, and there's the green, and we're looking for what, red 3? Okay, red 3. Coming in if anybody's a fan of Star Wars. Red 3. Okay, and if anybody else wants to just quickly check, there's no other 3s in the deck. I'm just going to go quick, but if you want to review the VOD or something. First of all, if you review the VOD for this, you are highly dedicated. And, yeah. Okay, so we've set aside the 4 3s. Well, that's going to be a tongue twister for me to say. The 4 3s. I was making a mischievous entrance. You see me in Kizo's chat. You know how I work. Yes, it's true. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to turn all of these 3s face down, like so. And we will place them all right there. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to be placing 3 random cards on top of each pile. Okay. Speaking of that boy, where is he? Oh, Kiso is in here, or at least he was. I'm not sure if he was just lurking or has left, but okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take each of the 3s and we're going to stick them amongst the other 3 cards, and then stick the rest of the cards into the pile somewhere else. So this one will go kind of in the middle-ish. So there we go. And then this one We'll stick the 3 in there. And this will kind of go towards the bottom, probably. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this one maybe towards the top, but not too close to the top. And then this one, what we're going to... Who put this heat map? Oh, yeah, that was Chris. We didn't clear the heat map. That's right. That's right. Okay, so for this last one, I'm not going to stick it in there. All right. Yep. Funny. That's what she said. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is 1, 2, and 3. Believe it or not, all of the 3s have now hopped back up to the top of the deck. And as I said, there's no duplicates. And that, my friends, is Aria with Uno cards. And if anybody's curious about how... So Uno cards are a little bit different. They're not like... they don't have air cushion. They're not like plastic coated. They're literally just made out of paper. And they're slightly narrower than a regular poker-sized card. They're just as tall, so that's good. But there is some sleight of hand adaptation that has to go. For anybody who's not familiar with doing sleight of hand with cards, you get used to the cards you use. So, all right, and that was Chris MG's request and redeem. Thank you so much for the request and the redeem, Chris. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I don't normally get a chance to use the Uno cards because nobody requests. Everybody's usually requesting like the clear plastic deck, which I suppose because I made it like the most expensive, so it's like, ooh, it's probably the most premium one. But like, I don't know, that was cool too. Anyway, thank you so much for the emotes and the claps. Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat, a nice one from Mike 2600. Chris M.Y., Devil Bird, I'm Uni, Umbran Crow, Lily, Charlie's Beats, Tangy Cat, Umbran Crow, Devil Bird. Should I just make a song? Alright, hold on, wait. I think I could get this heat map directly. There we go. Thank you, I just got here. I mean, yeah, but you clapped. I thank you for clapping. Thank you so much. All right. Whew. Hopefully that did not disappoint. Okay, let's see. So I have... Let me see here. You know what? So the next request is a Charlie's Beats request. And actually, you know what? I have the Uno deck out. I'm thinking to myself, can I do this trick with the Uno deck? That is the question. Is it doable? Let me see. Let me ponder this just for like a few seconds. Okay. You know what? I think we can do it. Okay. All right. Lily says, I have to go, but thank you for this stream. Lily, thank you so much for the raid. No worries. If you want to ever catch the rest of the magic, I always have my VODs up, and I have everything put up on YouTube. But thank you so much for coming in and bringing your community here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed your time. Yeah, so thank you so much. Hope to see you again, Lily. Take care. Playing on it. Thank you. Devil Bird, you can do it. Yes. To Uno or not to Uno? That is the question. Yep, that is definitely the question. All right, here we go. All right, Charlie, I guess you didn't think that I could also do this trick with Uno cards. We're gonna try it. I think we can do it. So we're gonna do it. Okay. First things first. We're gonna need a. Oh, hold on. Not impressive unless you guys are watching. Okay. So Uno deck. So first things first. We're going to need a card selected. Now, I kind of want this to be a pseudo-random, but like not here. Let me just... okay, here. Why doesn't somebody in chat, or some people in chat, go ahead and click on one of these cards. This will be the selection. So, okay, we have one here. All right, we've got one there. Oh, we got 2 votes. We got 2 votes for that one. Okay, all right. All right. So we'll go with this one unless there's some changing of votes in a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll go with... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay. All right, we got these two. All right, consolidate your votes to one of these two. All right, whoever this is, you're probably going to have to choose one of these two. And if not, I mean, we could try to do it with 2 cards, but usually I do this with 1. Okay, all right, somebody has broken the tie. There we go. No, we got a tie again. No, 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 that's 3-4. All right, 3-4. Tiebreaker. Chroma Punk has, I'm assuming that was one of yours. Okay, so going once, going twice. All right, this will be the selection. Okay. All right. So, you could have chosen any one of these. And, but if I just, randomly, if I just show you, those are not the card, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck into about 4 piles. They don't have to be precisely equal, but roughly is going to be okay here. And let me just grab all these heat maps. Delicious heat maps. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Now, we're going to turn over 2 of these piles. And what we're going to do is something completely unfathomable, something that people really hate, and it pains me more than it pains you, don't worry. We're going to be shuffling in face-up into face-down cards. And just so that you guys see it is actually happening. I suppose with with Uno cards it's tough to tell, but I'm going to push these in. And then we're going to do it again. And again. I'm just making sure they face the same direction. Okay. And now I'm going to hopefully try and find your... Oh, I don't know if I've messed this up. Because your card is here. And you guys never even looked at it, right? Well, that sucks. You know what? I think the deck sock can help me here. Deck sock, come help me. All right, deck sock. If you were to mess up this trick, how would you change it? Ah, okay. Deck sock is whispering sweet nothings into my ear. When I say sweet nothings, I mean that's code for he's actually telling me how to recover from this trick. Because actually, what if I told you that you can guess what this card is? Okay, what do I have to do, deck sock? Let's make it happen. All right, I have to... Oh, you've done the magic already. Great, thanks, deck sock. I'm going to go ahead and turn the deck over. All right. And then I spread the cards. Okay. And then something's supposed to happen. Oh. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but all the cards that are visible, that are facing in this direction, are all yellow. ChromaPunk says, what? That's a command in one of the other magician streams. Sorry, I don't have that. But hopefully that what was very exemplary of how you were feeling at the moment. So hold on. Let me go ahead and pull these out. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we don't have 10s, but we do have what would, I guess, be considered face cards. Draw 2, reverse, and skip. All right, guys, any guesses as to what the face-down card is? And you guys say red 3, bonus points, but incorrect. 5. Lily says 5. Devilbird says 5. ChromaPunk says 5. E-Room says 3 of clubs. All right. Yellow 5 says Tangy Cat. So if I go ahead and reveal, thank you so much, Deck Sock, for saving me this time. 5, and it is scribbled on. All right. And that, my friends, is Play It Straight Triumph with Uno cards. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. And thank you so much for the redeem, Chris M.E. I wouldn't have had this idea to do it this way without that redeem just right before this, so thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was fun. Thank you so much for the claps and the emotes. E-Room, Lily, I'm Uni. We got some eyebrow raises. Thank you. And some eyes. Oh, and the amaze balls. Thanks, Devilbird. They're all in order. Yes. Yes. That was also the magical part. I don't even know how the deck sock did it. Deck sock. Oh my god, the deck sock told me something else. Deck sock also told me that the face cards were also in order because it was draw 3, reverse, and skip. It was DRS. Well done, deck sock. Man, the deck sock is so clever. Deck sock is so clever. Thank you. Amaze balls. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the claps. Devilbird, Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat, checking the gaff meter. Welcome in, checking the gaff meter. Oh, snap. Good old deck sock. Oh, yeah, good old deck sock, man. If I had a nickel for every time the deck sock has saved me, I would have a lot of nickels. And that, oh, we got the from Devilbird. Those dog emotes right there. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Deck sock claps. Tangy Cat. Hot. Good to see you, Nam. Thank you so much for checking the gaff meter. Good to see you too. How are you doing? I know I haven't been much on Twitch because life's been busy. I was really stressed out the last couple of weeks doing a lot of things. I actually worked a lot at night because I was like, I don't know, I feel like I had to make up some stuff because I wasn't doing as good a job as I feel like I should be doing at work. I was a little distracted, but that's like neither here nor there. Otherwise, dealing with a baby, turning 2, so maybe not a baby anymore. and we converted the crib to a bed, so that's big news. Okay, next we have a request from Devilbird. Devilbird, thank you so much for the request. Let me see. This is McDonald's Aces / Dream of Aces. Okay, gotta make sure I have the right thing. Oh, this is probably a good reminder. I don't think I've done it yet, but if anybody needs to hydrate, like if you haven't taken a swig of some water or something, I'm having some tea, as per usual. I'm having my tea. Today is Earl Grey tea for tonight. I heard you mention a little bit of stress on Rob's stream. Thinking of you. Glad things have settled a bit. Yeah, things have settled a little bit. Everything's just kind of like I did mention at the beginning of stream that life. Whoever said that quote, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So I firmly believe in that, and I don't know. I'm sure part of it is I'm bringing myself down, but I don't know. It's just yeah. Tea time. Do it with Uno cards. Oh, no. This one is. I'm going to use a regular deck of cards for this. So, I'm sorry. We're going to have to take a. We're going to also. Nobody redeemed for it. But FYI, you couldn't do it for this anyway because this one we're going to use regular deck of cards. Okay, here we are. So we have a deck. We're going to need to grab all of the aces. So. Alright, so we have all the aces right here. Now, this is a trick that is known as an ace assembly. So, what we're going to do is we're going to separate all the aces first. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place just 3 cards onto each one of these. Like so. And we will slowly, one by one, swap some cards to hopefully get all of the aces all together by the end of the trick. Now, first things first, we have the ace of hearts. and we're just going to make it disappear. Look, if I grab the ace of hearts and I drop it in here, and I shoot one of these cards back over. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know that was super unconvincing. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I show you, there's no aces here, because look. I know, strange, right? Okay, so was that Gibson Les says the tea of captains? Yes, that's right. Earl Grey tea, Earl Grey hot. If you are unaware, Captain Picard from the Next Generation, and probably Picard as well. I haven't seen any of Picard, but Devilbird says raises Glen Morangi at Chromapunk. Okay, Earl Grey at this time of night. Yes, Earl Grey at this time of night. Long story. We'll talk about the reason why later. Man, I'll tell you what, I feel you 100%. Life has been rough, but I'm doing my best to stay in the state of peace, and it's working. Yeah, I always feel like no matter how bad it gets, within reasonable circumstances, you could probably react a little bit better, and it'll probably be better. There are some things that are extenuating that I believe that most people, wouldn't be able to deal with, but anyway. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place this ace face up here, and you're going to still see the ace just for a second, because this ace is going to change into a different card. Do you see it change? Because I think it changed into a jack. Is that weird? Hey, welcome in, Six Psycho. How's it going? And here we are, the last ace. And my friends, all of the aces have traveled here. And that is McDonald's aces, also known as Dream of Aces, also known as Grandpa Aces. So yeah, there's a lot of names for this one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for the request, Devilbird. Hopefully you enjoyed. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, man, where did all those aces go? I mean, they teleported. Oh, if anybody didn't know, there was a sound alert. Yes. Chromapunk, thank you for the mind blown. Yeah, so there's a mind blown, there's a ding, which you guys heard for the elevator. There's also a transporter. I know we just talked a little bit about Star Trek. But sometimes the card just teleports. That's basically what it is. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Devilbird, Tangy Cat, I'm Uni, Gibson Lens. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. So let's see. Well, we have some people here. I do want to mention that today's stream is Magic Stream number 51. And if you did not know, 52 is a big number for anybody who does Magic with cards, because 52 standard cards in a deck, not including jokers. That's happening, barring any sort of weird shenanigans, next week, Sunday night, my usual Sunday night stream. So I'm not exactly sure everything I'll be doing to make it special, but hopefully I'll make it a little bit more special than usual. So, so that's the plan. All right, heck yeah! All right, so let's see. Let's see. Who's that mentioned? I think Tangy Cat. You were like Earl Grey at this time of night. Yes. So. Oh yeah, and Mike 26, 1 year anniversary. Yes. So actually, a couple of streams ago was my 1 year anniversary of streaming on Twitch, and then I got my affiliate in 1 month. So actually, next week I will also probably be celebrating being an affiliate for a year, because I think the timing lines up just right. If not, it might be off by like 5 days or something. But yeah, like actually for the first time today, a couple of people resubbed, and they resubbed for 1 year. So that means I've been an affiliate effectively for almost a year, or definitely for a year. I forget exactly how, if you resub, if it's like within some days of that, but yeah, I just wanted to call out those who resubbed for a year. Chris M. Yeet, Gibson Lens, thank you so much for the resubs that added up to a year. And then also Charlie's Beats resubbed and for 9 months. So Charlie and I have a Twitch baby. You could cosplay as a deck of cards while you deck of cards. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Let's see. Heck yeah! 1 year anniversary. All right, Charlie's Beats has requested a trick. Ooh, twisting Picasso's arm. This is an interesting one. Because actually I did a different version of this on my YouTube channel, and it's actually not up yet. It's actually going to, I think, publish tomorrow. So I have my new magic tricks show up on Mondays. But you know what? Maybe I'm going to do a different version. I'm going to do maybe the new version I came up with, assuming I remember exactly how it works. Because I think the new way is a little bit better than the old way. Let me just make sure that I know what I'm doing before I do it. So I would say good pick, Charlie. Good pick. Boom. Okay. Practicing, making sure that I go through it the new way. Perfectly fine. Okay. And then, sorry, rehearsing on camera. This is a little nerve-wracking. What is going on? Seeker of Weird. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Seeker of Weird, welcome in. How was your stream? Seeker of Weird, I know I've seen you in some other chats. I don't know if I'm following you yet. Let me give you a follow right now, actually. Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? How is the stream? I just gave you a follow just now, Seeker of Weird. So let's see. Welcome in. Let's see. Good stream. Did a lot of art.
This is a warning. Evil.
Hold on. You guys hearing that?
A doomed crew.
I think I need to figure out where that's coming from.
This looks like a bite.
If not, I'm hearing an ad. Because I opened up Seeker of Weird's stream in another window. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, I'm following you now. Ah, yes, you were doing art. Did a lot of art despite the heat in my studio. It was 87 degrees. Oh, that's pretty hot. Yeah, ad. Sorry. Yeah, we heard it. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. All right, my apologies. Okay, all right. There we go. Cool, excellent. So if you're looking for more art on Twitch, please give Seeker of Weird a follow. But for everybody who's coming in from Seeker of Weird's stream, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. And I've also co-opted a StreamerSonglist, and I basically just put magic tricks in it. So right now I'm kind of quickly rehearsing one in a new way to do because Charlie's Beats has requested it. So hopefully that I don't mess it up. That's the hope. And okay, I'm just going to wing it, and if I mess it up, I'll just do it the old way. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But Seeker of Weird, if you would like to request something, feel free. And if you don't know what tricks are, which I actually don't expect a lot of people to know, you can type in !random. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me just do how. It's just simpler. Exclamation point random, and it'll put a trick randomly into the queue. Hello, welcome in Ice Flame X. How's it going? Okay. All right. Here we are. So, this is a new version of twisting Picasso's arm. So, I have a bunch of black face cards here. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, these are blue-backed cards. But Picasso was a painter known for painting a bunch of different cards. And actually, if I just grab, let me just grab this other card over here. And this is going to be our painting palette. So this is a red card. So let me go ahead and just grab a little bit of red paint from this and drop it into this pile. So you'll see one of these cards' backs, I believe, turn into a red-backed card. I know, interesting, right? Let me just grab a little bit more red paint and just drop it on there. And so now we should be able to see 2 red-backed cards. Just grab some more paint, drop it in, and now you'll see 3 red-backed cards and 1 blue one. So here, I do want to show you that there is 1 blue card left, and actually what we're going to do is something hopefully pretty interesting. Let me close that up and just grab some more red paint and drop it on. And if I show you, all of the cards are now red backed. Now, what you may not know is that canvases were sometimes reused, and you might not have like a clean canvas, so sometimes the paint would go through and you would be able to see on the other side. So what you may not realize is that all of the black face cards, some of this red paint has seeped through, and actually these are now all red face cards instead of black face cards. And that, my friends, is my new handling of twisting Picasso's arm. So twisting Picasso's arm is like one that I came up with where I wanted to have the card backs change from, in this case, blue to red, but actually I had this brilliant idea of keeping painting to change the backs. And the one thing that I didn't like, thank you so much for the applause, ChromaPunk. And not only that, in the old handling, I could not show and spread the 4 cards at the end. And in this one, as you can see, I can spread and show all 4 cards. And I could tell you that tidbit about paintings on canvases and the paint seeping through. So, and there we are. So I was like, oh, I thought that was a great thing that I was able to tie together there. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Okay, I understand conceptually what must be happening to make them appear red, but how he do that? Seeker of Weird, thank you kindly for the raid and the comment. That is humbling. Thank you so much for the compliment. Ding! I know, that's not the trick you did. I mean, Hutch, if you want to ding, there is a channel point redeem for the ding. It's pretty cheap. I think it's only like 100 something. 169? Yeah. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. I'm Uni. Charlie's Beats. Gibson Let. Ding! Alright, so let's see. Oh, I see that Seeker of Weird has requested something, so let me go ahead and bump that up to the top for Seeker of Weird. Thank you so much for that request, Charlie, and I was able to do that. So let me go ahead and bump Seeker of Weird. Let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and do a couple of shout-outs. Let's go ahead and shout out Iced Flame X. If you're not following Ice Flame X, please give Ice Flame X a follow. Plays piano, guitar. I've also caught Ice Flame X doing some woodshop streams, so definitely give Ice Flame X a follow. And then also, let's give our friend HutchMD a shout out. Also a piano streamer. HutchMD is someone who can sight read almost anything. So that's basically the reason why I follow Hutch. And then I hung out there for too long, and then he made me a mod. So, so there we are. That is some additional Twitch music. If you are a fan of Twitch music, please give our friends a follow. Okay, all right. Let's see. Now, perfect pair. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Hutch, and you're welcome, Iced Flame X. Okay, pulling the Twitch deck back again. So, I have a deck here. It is all different. I call it the Twitch deck because basically if anybody wants to sign a card, people who have supported the stream with like a sub or the equivalent of a sub, basically get to sign a card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and predict, let me see. Seeker of Weird, are you still here? Just want to make sure because we can have you interact with the stream if you would like for this trick. Yes. All right. Great. Excellent. Hey, welcome in, Chogal. How's it going? All right. I'm going to make a prediction. Seeker of Weird, I don't know you that well, but I'm going to attempt to predict something. I'm going to make a prediction, and then hopefully that prediction is awesome. Okay. So I think I've found the prediction. And what we are going to do is I'm going to set the prediction aside. And Seeker of Weird, hopefully you're on desktop. And if you are, go ahead and click directly on the screen on one of these cards. And this will be your selection. Now, in order to explain what a perfect pair is, I need to explain what mates are. So, no pressure, Seeker of Weird, but I've made a very strong prediction, hopefully. And the card that you click on should hopefully be the mate of this one. Now, mates are cards that match the same number and color, but they're of different suits. So, for example, if the 9 of diamonds, the 9 of diamonds mate would be the 9 of hearts. Did it work? Oh, hold on. My mistake, Seeker of Weird. I had to turn it on. Go ahead, click again. I mean, sorry, that was part of my manipulation to mentally get you to click again, and hopefully this is the correct card, unless you end up clicking on the exact same card. Yes, now it worked, because I see it, right, I think it was actually this one. Do you want to change your mind, Seeker of Weird? This is your one chance. I don't want you to go to bed tonight thinking, oh, if only I clicked on the next card. Yeah, that one. Okay, great. So, this is the card that you clicked on. And I'll just clearly place it onto my prediction. Now, I just want to show you what my prediction is. Now, going into mates and seeing what those cards are, in order for these to match, so my prediction was the 3 of spades. And in order for this to match, the 3 of clubs would have had to have been the card that you clicked on, right? So what are the odds that this is the 3 of clubs? And if anybody wants to do percentages, feel free. If anybody says 100%, haha, magic trick. I know, right? Okay, here we go. 3 of clubs. And that, my friends, is a perfect pair. 100%, says ChromaPunk. Mike2600, also another magician, saying 1 out of 51. What a jerk. Which roughly translates to about 2%. Mike2600 being a troll. Thank you kindly for the applause, Andrew War. How's it going, Andrew? Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you so much for the claps and emotes. Mike2600, I'm Uni, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat. I'm Uni, 100%. Excellent. Oh yeah, let me grab this heat map here. Anyway, thank you so much for the request and the raid, Seeker of Weird. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for bringing your community over. Greatly appreciate it. Magic, yes. Let me do magic spirit fingers. Magic, yes. All right. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have a request from our friend IceFlameX. Thank you so much for the request. Thanks for hopping in, IceFlameX. How are you doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. I'm having a good time. I kind of missed streaming. I did miss last week because, baby's birthday and things. Okay, so normally I do this trick with aces, but because I just had some of the threes out, I could actually just do some of the threes instead. So we could do that. Let me see here. Okay. So, I'm eating papaya. Ripe or green? That's kind of like, you can almost ask that of several fruit, right? Like, I'm eating banana. Ripe or green? Okay, so we have our four threes, and it's going to be tough. Okay, so let me introduce to you all of the threes. We've got the three of diamonds. We've got the three of spades. We've got the three of hearts. And we've got the three of clubs. All right, so we have our four threes here. And now if you were here, I would have you cut the deck a few times. So the first cut, I would ask you to cut about 75% of the deck, or 3/4. So let's say here, you could vary by a few cards here and there, but hopefully it'd be roughly about the same. And then I would ask you to cut about 2/3 of this packet and place it over here. So let's say this is about 2/3. And then for this last packet, I would ask you to cut about half and place it down here. So let's say that's about half. You can vary by a few cards here and there, not a big deal. So we're talking about green papaya is so good though. Very ripe. With spicy sauce. Yum! That is good too. All right. You passed the vibe test. All right. So what I want to do is I want to mark each one of these cuts with one of the threes. So we're going to go ahead and mark each one of these with one of the threes. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll mark each one of these with a 3. Okay. Now I need the deck sock's help because I don't remember how this trick goes. Okay, deck sock, tell me. How do I get out of this? Ah, okay. I'm going to put up the horns. You can see the horns in the little picture, but So here's the horns. I'm going to now use the horns to connect each one of these piles with the pile down here. Here we go. I have to make like the lightning sound because otherwise the horns won't work. Alright, deck sock, what do I do next? Okay, I explained to you, wouldn't it be crazy if with the horns and that lightning sound that came from my mouth? Wow, that sounds horrible. Don't clip that. Alright. That all the threes have magically jumped down here. Because if you don't believe that, secret where it says, you need an animated lightning effect we can trigger. I know, I'm sorry. So much hype because it is in season and I adore it. Okay, who likes patty pan squash? Alright, here we go. 3 of hearts, 3 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, and 3 of spades. Now, that was all in itself impressive, but what if I told you that the deck sock has more up its sleeve? What if I told you that the deck sock has also told you that all of the cards that are on top where you cut to is actually the same thing? In this case, it would be Jack. Would that not be ridiculous? Jack of hearts, Jack of diamonds, Jack of clubs, Jack of spades. And that, my friends, is Birds of a Feather. Starring the deck sock. Deck sock, give a bow. Yeah. Good job bowing, deck sock. Don't worry, I won't cage you tonight. Mike 2600 says, nice! Tangy Cat says, what? Still, there's a lot of A's there, so hopefully I got that remotely correct. Thank you kindly for the claps. Shogal! Tech Sock God! I'm Uni. Tangy Cat. Ice Flame X. Thank you so much for the request, Ice Flame X, and thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Whoa! Mike 2600, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, and thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens. Alright. So, surprisingly, I did start a little bit earlier today. So, the one good news about switching over from a crib to a bed is that before, I was rocking the baby to sleep in a chair and then placing her in the bed, in the crib, and she would wake up. But now, we're trying to teach her to just sleep directly in the bed. And so I don't have this step where I'm like, so if you've ever seen the meme, it's like, this is what it looks like. You're placing a baby in a crib. This is what it feels like. You are literally placing a time bomb into the crib. Yeah, and that's basically what it feels like because you don't want to wake up the baby. So I can now avoid that step. The time bomb is now just in the bed, and I can slowly walk away, and so it's a little bit less volatile. So hopefully I can have a more I guess I should be able to start earlier than I have been. So instead of like 10:30, 10:40, I think today I started like what 10:15 or something. So that was that. Okay, this is cool. But I'm gonna go make some food and be back if you are still live. All right. Seeker of Weird, thanks for being here. Yeah, definitely go eat. And if I am still here, awesome. And if not, you can always catch my VODs here. I leave all my VODs up. I also end up putting all my VODs on my YouTube. So if you guys ever want to watch old VODs, they are basically all there. So, but thank you for bringing your community over here, Seeker of Weird, and thank you so much for the raid. So, all right. Let's see. Next, we have a request from Ice Flame X, a random request. Okay, let's see here. Let's find the Ice Flame X card. We'll use that. Probably should have used it for last trick, but I forgot. Sorry. Let's see here. I'm setting aside all of the kings because Ice Flame X has signed the King of Spades. Alright, here we go. So, we have our 4 kings. This King of Spades signed by Ice Flame X. Ice Flame X, thank you so much for being a... I wish I would have known you were streaming earlier. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't know I was going to be streaming earlier until I left my child's room today, and that was at 9:20. I don't know. So it was not that much. It was like basically less than an hour before I streamed. So, but okay. So thank you so much for being a strong supporter of the stream, Ice Flame X. Greatly appreciate you. And so what we have here, let me go ahead and introduce you to the kings. So we've got the King of Clubs, King of Hearts, King of Spades, and the King of Diamonds. Now, what we're going to be doing is with these kings, is what have I told you? I was going to go ahead and turn up 2 of the kings face up and keep 2 of the kings face down. Now, if I close them together and I turn the pack over, if I were to count through the cards right now, I think you would expect there to be 2 kings face up, 2 kings face down, right? But if I were to just snap, actually, all of the cards are going to be facing the same direction because look, all of the kings are face down. I know, strange, right? Okay, we're going to break a rule of magic. We're going to do it again. 2 kings face up, 2 kings face down. Close it up. Snap. All of the kings facing in the same direction. Now normally when you do a packet trick with 4 cards. We magicians like to use the aces because the aces look clean. You can tell each one of them apart because there's one clear pip that basically shows the suit. With face cards, it's a little bit more confusing. So look, all I have to do is hold the packet and give it a little bit of a twist. There's even a trick called twisting the aces. But we're going to turn one of those kings into an ace. I know, strange. Here, we'll twist again. We're going to go ahead and show you that another king turns into an ace. Then we're going to twist it 1, 2 to kind of get all of them, because look, we have the ace of clubs, ace of hearts, ace of spades, and ace of diamonds. And yeah, so what you just saw was a hallucination. And I could spread here. And what a lot of people are wondering, what happened with the kings? Well, some people believe that the kings are on top of the deck. And if I show you, they're not on the top. And some people think that maybe they're on the bottom. They're not on the bottom. Those kings have actually transported, and they are now in the middle of the deck. If I just, right here, here they are, right here. King of diamonds, king of hearts, king of clubs, and our signed king of spades by the requester of this trick, and in chat right now, IceFlameX. Thank you so much for the request, IceFlameX. Hopefully you enjoyed. And thank you so much, everybody. Whoa! Thank you for the transporter sound. I'm Uni. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see here. Another one fights the ace. Yes, thank you. Lolo Frosty, welcome in. Lolo Frosty says, "Nani?" Okay, hopefully I got the correct. "Nani?" I don't know if that was the correct intonation, but hopefully it was close. Turn them back into kings. Oh, that'd be tough, I think. Could I do it? It might be possible. Actually, there is a trick that I could do that is similar. Thank you kindly for the claps. Seeker of Weird, Gibson Lens, IceFlameX, I'm Uni, Tangy Cat. Lola Frosty says, yes, did the correct nunny. Alright, excellent. Because while I have the kings out, I could do this other trick. Alright, it's going to be a little silly because everything's signed, but you know what? This is what I get. So, here we go. I do need to practice this one as well. Also, this one's a boss trick, so we're gonna... okay, so first of all, we did hallucination, and now I'm going to put into the queue a trick called reset. For anybody who doesn't know what a boss trick is, sometimes I will mess up a trick. I don't necessarily reveal the secrets of magic with every mess up, but I have done it. So I've revealed the secrets of magic for a couple of tricks before. But oftentimes it's just like I didn't do the correct presentation, or I had to stumble a little bit, or like I had to double check like cards that were in my hand or on the deck or something. So so if I don't get it like perfect, or at least acceptably passable, then it becomes a boss trick and it's like homework for me for the next stream. So anyway, so reset is one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to encounter the boss. So this is a trick that I think I messed up like, I don't know, 3 or 4 streams ago. It wasn't that bad, a mess up, honestly, but here we are. So, okay. All right. We are going to have to switch back over to the magic screen. Okay. Okay, so we have our 4 aces, and we have our 4 kings. I forget if the 4 kings need to be over here, or if the ace... You know what? I'm just going to do it this way. Yeah, okay. All right. So, 4 kings over here, 4 aces over here, and what we're going to do is let's introduce to you all of the aces. So we have ace of clubs. We have the... see, and this is partially why I'm stumbling, because I have to remember where is the thing. You know what? I'm gonna restart. sorry. See, and this is why it's a boss trick. So, let's do a mulligan. I don't think I messed up, but I did want to make that transition a little bit smoother. So yeah, there are tricks that are like that. It's not perfect, but and let me just quickly rehearse this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Not all of them can be perfect. Not all the card tricks can be perfect. All right, reset. Oh yes, that's right. That's the name of the trick. See, like if I don't reset, right? How is that not part of the trick? Okay. So once again, we've got the 4 kings over here. We've got the 4 aces over here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to all of the aces. So what we've got here is the ace of diamonds. And then we've got the ace of spades. And then the ace of hearts. And the ace of clubs. Okay, so I have all 4 kings over here. And then I've got all 4 aces over here. Is that correct? Is that a correct assumption? That is an incorrect assumption. I've messed this up severely. All right, I may have to bail on this trick because I don't remember how to do it properly. I would say this is embarrassing, but I did forewarn that this was a boss trick, and hence why. Okay, hold on. Let me just get this beginning part right, because this is the part that just needs to be right. And then, and you could probably already guess that there are shenanigans already afoot. So, boom, boom, boom. Nope. All right, I don't remember it well enough. All right, we're gonna have to bail. We're gonna have to bail on doing this trick. I'm so sorry. Luckily, that was just me. Oh, hey, welcome in, House Andrell. How's it going? It's our first time watching, and now we feel special. Oh, awesome. Thanks for stopping in. House Andrell, I believe I saw you follow me recently, and then I followed you back, and then I saw you get shouted out in another stream. So besides that, I don't know much about you, but I know that you are music streamers, right? And Andrell is like a combination Andrew Michelle, I think. That's what I saw. Is that right? Yeah, Andrew and Michelle. Yes, okay. Memory serves me right. I did it. I didn't mess something up. Oh man, it got late. I gotta sleep. Yes, Tangy Cat, it is late. It's also late for me, but you know what? I'm still streaming, so we're just gonna take it a little bit longer before, because I can't end on like a boss trick that I couldn't even do. So we'll have to do that again next time. Yes, sir. Thanks. You got it. Awesome. And thanks for shouting that out, Gibson Lens. They played Straight Light last week with guest star Rob. Yeah, awesome. Excellent. That's sweet. So yeah, Stray Light from our friend Rob Kovacs. So excellent. Hopefully you enjoyed. Okay, well, welcome in House Andrell. Let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian on Twitch, spelled the way that you see Crazy Asian spelled in my username. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic. I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to let people request tricks. And sometimes tricks are tough. So I tried to do a boss trick just now, and I don't remember how it worked, so I bailed. So we're going to go ahead and do a real trick that I know how to do. Or at least, let me see what random brings up. Little Devil. Alright, sure, we'll do that one. Let's hope I don't mess this one up too. That'd be pretty impressive if I mess this one up. Okay, so let's see. Who's going to be our... You know, we haven't... Chris M. requested a custom trick earlier, but we didn't use his card. So let's go ahead and use Chris M.'s card. Okay, so If you guys remember seeing the Devil's Elevator earlier, so this is a smaller, more portable version of that trick. So what we have is the 4 jacks. I'm going to use these 4 jacks to represent the devil at every level. And then this is the 2 of spades, which is going to be our friend Chris M. So let's go ahead and place the 2 of spades, our friend Chris M. down over here. And what I want to do is we're going to use these to represent the 5 levels of hell. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I was to place Chris in the 2nd level of hell, we're going to find that if that person comes in, Chris needs to just go ahead and go in the elevator, press the up elevator button, and hopefully we'll get a ding, and without the elevator ding, that'll bring them up to the top level, which is the easiest one to escape hell, which we discussed earlier. Hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. So, excellent. Thank you so much for the ding. I'm Uni, because if I show you, Chris M.U. has made it up to the top. So now if we go ahead and grab Chris and place Chris M.U. into the 3rd level of hell for a second 3rd, and we wait for the ding. So Chris gets in the elevator, presses the up elevator button, and hopefully we'll be able to get Chris M.E. out. Oh yeah, House Andrell, you're situated in Las Vegas, right? I did see that too, and yeah, I intend on going to TwitchCon. So barring any sort of shenanigans, we are in the pool right now. Lol, awesome. Okay, so here we go. Ding. So now Chris M.E. has made it up to the top. Now if we take Chris and we go ahead and place Chris into the 4th level of hell right here, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And then once again, we ding. That's actually going to bring Chris up to the top as well. Now, some people believe that Chris was just floating around in here, but if I show you, these are all the jacks that have been here the entire time. And I place Chris clearly on the 5th level of hell, like this. He goes in, presses the elevator button, comes up to the top, ding, and there he is. And these are the same 4 jacks that were acting as the devil the entire time. And that, my friends, is Little Devil. All right. Whew. Okay. So anyway, reset will probably have to become a double boss trick next time. Okay. So that was Little Devil. And then Restless Lady is actually another boss trick. So we're going to encounter the boss again for this for this trick. So let me go ahead and find some cards. Seven, 7, 7. Okay. Alright, let's do this, and this was requested by Iced Flame X. So I think I've rethemed this one a couple of times, but one of the times I did retheme for Ice Flame X, I believe. So, okay, all right, here we go. So instead of the Restless Lady, this will be the Ice Flame X version. All right, here we go. All right. So here we have 6 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, and our friend Ice Flame X signed King of Spades. Now, Ice Flame X, up and coming streamer, definitely getting a following, plays piano, guitar, and definitely wants to increase follower count, people viewing the stream. So what Ice Flame X is going to do is try and visit all of the other communities and streams to try and get people to come over. And what better way to make new Twitch friends than going to people's streams? So here's what we're going to do. Even if IceFlameX is retiring for the night, IceFlameX works diligently and hard so that IceFlameX can get connected with other members of other communities, because here we see IceFlameX coming on back. I know, is that weird? That's super strange, right? Now, once again, IceFlameX trying to work hard, and even though IceFlameX sometimes has to retire for the night, if you give IceFlameX a chance to interact with another community, to hang out, to get to know people, you'll see that IceFlameX has the opportunity and ability to go and get in with that other community right there. There's IceFlameX again. Let's see, now we have these two, but look, all we have to do is give IceFlameX an opportunity to hang out with some cool community members. Here we see IceFlameX come back. And then finally, IceFlameX starts to hang out with the community so much, you see IceFlameX everywhere. This is actually accurate. That's awesome. This is great. Now here's the thing. Even though these are all different communities and different streamers, if you go and visit them, if you start seeing IceFlameX everywhere, you'll see IceFlameX in that chat, you'll see IceFlameX in this chat, you'll see IceFlameX in this chat, you'll see IceFlameX in this chat, and you'll see IceFlameX even here in this chat. And yeah, this one's my chat right here. So there's IceFlameX. Now here's the thing. Once we get IceFlameX a bunch of time, IceFlameX hangs out there, IceFlameX ends up hanging out, and you get to know IceFlameX. All of these community members, all of these other streamers, eventually make IceFlameX one of their own. And so you see how these are all diamonds? I know IceFlameX had signed the King of Spades, but over time, he can make big bucks as the King of Diamonds, embedded in each one of all the other Twitch streamers' communities. And that, my friends, is Restless Lady, but rethemed as a Twitch streamer for IceFlameX. Thank you so much for the request, IceFlameX. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And once again, IceFlameX, thank you so much for being a strong supporter of the community here. So thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Chromopunk says, wow, House Andrell has the mind blown. Is that what that is? Yeah, exploding head. Thank you for those emotes and the wow. I almost chose the King of Diamonds. Almost! Oh man, you know what? That's the future you. Oh! House Andrell, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Oh my god, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the claps. I'm Uni, IceFlameX, Gibson Lens. Secret of Weird says, smooth handiwork. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Has IceFlameX ever been uttered at such a rate per minute? House Angel says, it's a box! Yes, I know. Oh man. Metal Gear Solid, like... Yes, that is correct. Let's see. I don't know how often IceFlameX has been uttered, but I mean, because I don't know how long that trick is. It's like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe. And so I don't know. I said it a lot during that, all right? And thank you so much for the Doritos. Checking the gaff meter. Oh yeah, and thanks for shouting out IceFlameX again during that, Bert. Thank you. All right. Hi. I hope I get to see some of the stream. For Loris, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, so I did start a little bit earlier, but I'm feeling good, so I'll probably go for maybe about another half an hour, and then I can call it for today. So, once again, the trick queue is empty. If anybody wants to request any magic, now's a good time. So I'll probably maybe 1 or 2 tricks, then we'll do last call. But maybe if you're here now, let's not do official last call now, but go ahead and get things in if you want to see some more magic. Chin Gaffney says, yes, I'm guessing never before and perhaps never again. That has to be a record. Perhaps. All right. Charlie's Beats is requesting Revolver. Ah, yes. Oh, but this is classic version. Classic version Revolver. Excellent. Let me see. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to have to get some cards over here. Classic version Revolver. All right. Let's see here. Hang on, gotta find some cards. Gotta find some cards. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, actually, and wait, the Restless Lady was actually a boss trick, so actually we get to beat that boss. Thank you for being here, everybody, for beating that boss. Boss tricks defeated. 43. Yeah, all right. Sweet. Let's see. Yay, I want to see magic until stream ends. Yay! Sweet. Let's see. Okay. All right. So Revolver was requested by Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie. All right. So this is classic version of Revolver. So we have 4 cards. Victory! Yes! Victory! So we have the Ace of Diamonds, the 2 of Diamonds, the 3 of Diamonds, and the 4 of Diamonds. Now, with each one of these phases, what I'm going to do is we're going to be treating these as though they are 4 shots in a revolver. And so basically, after each one, so for example, if we shoot the first shot, which will be the ace, we'll go ahead and say bang. So if you are at home, feel free to go ahead and say bang and make the finger gun shoot as well during each one of these. But let's go ahead and shoot the first bullet. Bang. Now you'll notice, Chromopunk is getting into it. Bang. So here's our 3rd bullet, our 2nd bullet, and our 4th bullet, but actually you'll notice that the first bullet has turned itself face down. Now let's go ahead and shoot our 2nd bullet. Bang. You can't see my thumb. Bang! There we go. So here's our 3rd and 4th bullet, and then actually here's our shot 2nd bullet, but actually you'll see that the first one has turned itself back face up. And then let's go ahead and do our 3rd bullet. Bang! And here's our 4, our ace, our 2, and our 3rd one has turned face down. And now let's do our 4th and final bullet. Thank you so much for the bangs. Chromopunk for Loris. Here we go, one more time. Bang! So here's our 2, our ace, our 4, and our 3. And so if I turn over this 4, you'll see that these cards are red-backed. Or are they? Are they actually red-backed? Or is that just an illusion? Or are all 4 of these blue-backed cards? And that, my friends, is Revolver. Thank you so much for the applause for Loris. And for Loris says, hold on. Sound warning. I'm going to attempt to say for Loris's ah. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! Okay. Now, if you stopped listening, now is okay again. All right. Sorry if that was startling to some new folks. I've had to do the sound warning just because I scared some people once. So, all right, thank you so much for the applause and the claps for Loris. Chromopunk says, "Nice House Andrel." I want to say House of Andrel, as though you were like a Game of Thrones house. But ideally, you don't want to be a Game of Thrones house because there's a lot of drama and death that occur. So, hopefully, not a Game of Thrones house. All right, Seeker of Weird. People at home can do the ace finger gun bang during this trick, or they could do it in public. Yes. Once again, thank you for the claps. I'm Uni, Ice Flame X, Gibson Lens, Chromopunk. Ooh wee! You know, when we do the ooh wee, that reminds me of the Star Trek, the original door opening sound. Ooh wee! Ooh. Checking the gaff meter. Thank you, Ken, for the claps. Chromopunk says, "Thanks so much for this show. I learned some things. I'll be back." Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Chromopunk. And yeah, if you were trying to work on some magic, Chromopunk, feel free to talk in Jack's Discord. We can, we can talk things magic. So, all right. Y'all be good. Gotta go. All right. Have a good night, Chromopunk. Thanks for stopping by. Office Drummer calls us House of Andrel. Lol. Yeah, that's right. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of like what it rolls off the tongue. It's almost certainly natural. But as I said, you don't want to be known as being the house that's in Game of Thrones, right? So, damn, that was a pretty good yeah. Thank you. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for the request. This is a very difficult stream to watch while cooking, but worth it. Seeker of Weird, I totally understand and I get it. So I have had to kind of wrestle with this a little bit in the past because I'm like, man, the only way people will enjoy is actually actively watching my stream. And I know that there's so many streamer friends that also like hanging out in multiple streams, but most of my streamer friends are like Twitch music friends, so I deliberately have chosen not to have background music so that if you listen to somebody else playing music, I get it. You want to hang out in multiple Twitch streams. But also if you want to hang out here, then it's not going to conflict. I mean, I guess I talk a lot, but you won't have like conflicting music. So, Secret Weird says, "That's genius!" I know. I mean, not that I know that it's genius, but it's like, I know that it bothered me when I was trying to listen to two streams at the same time, and I'm like, this one doesn't have to be a music stream. So I was like, okay, let me do that. There's also so many Twitch streams that are like, you always have to be hype and active, and it's just like, I want people to be able to enjoy themselves and be chill here. Or if you want to get hyped because you're like freaking out because I'm like, I don't know how that trick works. Like, so there we are. That's okay. You can do that. But, if you also want to listen to some music, that's fine too. Who am I to dictate what the best music is? Like, obviously, my music tastes are probably way different than a lot of other people's. I love K-pop. A lot of different K-pop. But, yeah. For Laura says, "That's thoughtful." Oh, thank you. Very cool idea. Well, thanks, Hasindral. Yes. I hate conflicting music. Yes, I know. It's like, in one, I'm listening to, like, relaxing piano music, and then the other one is, like, it doesn't have to have any music, but then I'm, like, listening to, like, either metal or, like, heavy, upbeat dance music, and I'm like, there's no reason that this has to conflict. So, wait, should I not have music so people can have their own music? I mean, I don't know. That's up to you, Seeker of Weird. Your choice. I've chosen to do this because almost every other stream that I've seen has background music, and I just want to give people the option as like one of those places without background music. Even like other people's productivity streams, they have background music, and it's like, I'm trying to be productive and I don't like your music and I'm more productive with this music. So it's like, no offense to anybody who has other productivity streams that has background music, but I don't know, setting myself a little bit apart because no background music. I think I have the tag in there too. So I don't usually work with music if I'm not streaming, so maybe I will do that. Yeah. I found that if I play music that I don't know the lyrics to, or there are no lyrics, it works out better for me. All right, transformative. I don't usually work with. I could just have an auto post suggested music of the day or something. Yeah, I mean, look, don't look to me to. I don't want to dictate how anybody else does their stream. You guys do your streams. If you want suggestions, this is an idea. So there you go. Free idea. You can have it. All right. Where are we? Overture. Okay. Let's go ahead and I can just pull out cards for this. So this is requested by For Loris. For Loris, thank you so much for the request. And thanks for hopping in. let's go ahead and use red 4s. And let me see here. And blackjacks. So here we have 2 red 4s, 2 blackjacks. I'm choosing these because you would never mix up the blackjacks for red 4s, right? It's very clear you would never mix them up. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and turn the blackjacks face down. I'm going to place the red 4s in between the face down blackjacks. Now if I were to reverse count the cards, you would see something like this. It doesn't change the state much. The red 4s are still face up in between the 2 black jacks. But if I were to count through them and just do one thing different, and I just give it a magical shake, would you now believe that the black jacks are face up in the center and the 2 red 4s are face down on the outside? If you don't believe that. Here. I know, is that strange? That's super weird, right? That should not happen. Okay, so that's normally where I would stop for overture, but it's a really short trick, so let me go ahead and just do that one more time. So we have the 2 black jacks face up in the center. Forlor says, I would believe. You're the magic man. All right, that just shows Forlor has been here, so I've convinced Forlor over many streams. So here we go. I'm just going to reverse count them. Nothing happens because I didn't do a magical shake. See, they're still there. They're still like that. Okay. But look, if I go ahead and I do this, and then I just give it a magical shake, that magical shake changes everything because look, now the red 4s will be face up in the middle. And that, my friends, is overture. Thank you so much for the applause, Forlors. And also thank you for the request. Hopefully you enjoyed. Okay, and thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens. All right. So, it is getting close-ish. So let's go ahead and do last call. So last call for any magic requests. And if not, I'll always put a trick in for a finale trick. And there's a handful that I do like to end the stream with. So, let's see. Forloris is... Okay, I remember what I was going to ask you about now, but I was going to ask you how to make emotes. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we can talk about that. So there's this area in your creator dashboard on Twitch, and I think it's under, let me see. Let me just really check this quick. If you go under viewer rewards, there's a section called emotes. If you click on that, it'll allow you to upload some images. You can have them, like, there's a lot of people who advertise their artistic ability if you want to commission them, or like what I've done is I just took a bunch of pictures for my emotes and I just zoomed in. You do have to kind of like format them in a appropriate size, but like that first one is glorious and that's my face. And then the next one is 2 cards that say hi, and then the next one is 4 cards that are supposed to be like the ace through 4 of hearts, but they say love instead of ace 2, 3, 4. And then that last one is the deck sock, of course. How can you forget the deck sock? So, but yes, if you need some help making emotes, yeah, message me on Discord, Iceflame, and we will talk about that. Awesome, cool. Wow, we got a bunch of stuff. All right, the mighty sock, yes. Oh, once again, reminder, if you need to hydrate, go ahead and hydrate. And also, if you've been sitting in the same place for a while, stretch out a little bit. Seeker of Weird, is that all of your emotes? Whoa. Oh, that's from, let me see. A bunch of these are from, oh, okay, you got a bunch of these in here. Wow, okay, cool. It's Bub. Nice. Okay, sure. I need to send you the crazy lol emote I made for fun. Oh, yeah, I'm Uni. Go ahead and send that over. I forgot. Yeah, you can send it to me on Discord. And I have a slot that I'm not using, so I could just put it in there. The emote in the slot, not anything. Get your minds out of the gutter. I know, my mind kind of lives in the gutter all the time, so that's that's kind of where we're at. Okay. Some of my emotes, I made them. Oh, I made for others too, but I'm not sub to them all. I gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. Secret of Weird. Excellent. That makes sense now. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty good. Nice. Let me take that back. All of them are really good. Because, looking at me, I'm the cheap guy who's like, I'm just going to take pictures. But having like a nice stylized series of emotes, you can't discount the fact that, it's nice look and feel and like they all match. And it's like, I can identify that that's from that community because, so that's like one of the cool things that I've never really considered up until I was hanging out on Twitch and like was a part of a few communities. So seeing like a bunch of people with like matching emotes and it's like, oh, hey, you're from that person's community. That's awesome. So am I. Like, so it's really nice. It's really cool. You look at mine, none of mine really match anything else. So some are better than others. I have eyes, haha, but sometimes people want what they want. Yep. Okay. All right. What am I doing? Oh, I need to find. You know what? The two jokers is what I normally use for this. So let me pull out the jokers, and then we have this. Okay. All right. So this is called Hellman's Aces. First things first, we have two jokers. These two jokers are really good at finding really powerful cards. Now, really powerful cards are the aces. And if I go ahead and I just show you that these jokers are really great at finding aces, let me go ahead and just snap and just show you that. Here, look. There's now a card in between these two jokers. If I go ahead and show you that it is indeed the Ace of Clubs, also signed by Gibson Lens, which, by the way, is in chat and is also our mod. Actually, if we can give some mod love to Gibson Lens, and actually, if you're not following Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. He plays piano, has a bunch of songbooks that he can sight read from, has a comprehensive song list with a bunch of songs that are sometimes not even on most other people's song lists. We call that the esoteric section. But otherwise, there's pop, VGM, Disney music, Phantom of the Opera. But also, he has a bunch of originals. So please give Gibson Lens a follow. All right, where were we? Yes, we were going to go ahead and have the jokers find another powerful card. Because if I just... Actually, let me go ahead and turn them face down. They can also do it face down because look. If I show you, there's an ace right there. Now, here's the thing. We can also, let me turn them face down now. And they come back with this ace as well. And last one. Here we are. The Ace of Spades. And that, my friends, is Hellman's Aces. Let's see. Secret Weird said, he is good. His originals are beautiful, and he is nice to boot. That is resounding, both accurate and resounding description of Gibson Lens. So, thank you kindly for the applause for Loris. Long leave, but I'm back. All right, Umbran Crow, we are probably going to be... Oh, yeah, I should probably close the list, because there's a bunch of things and then I'm going to add one. So, you think they can find Portcast D-Ace? Oh, I don't know. Probably not. Imuni says, nice! And thank you kindly for the claps and the applause for Loris, Gibson Lens, and the nice Imuni. All right. I also need to get some alerts working. Oh yeah, alerts were a little bit more annoying for me personally, Ice Flame. So, but yeah, that's definitely something we can work on too. Umbran Crow says, "I'm getting tired, man. Lol. Good night." Yeah. Not yet. I'm gonna finish up the queue, and then I'm gonna do one finale trick, and then we'll probably raid out. So we will, but not yet. But if you're getting tired, feel free to head out. Definitely get some rest. Take care of yourself. I'll see you around. And if you want to catch the rest of the tricks, you can see them on the VOD, or you can check out my YouTube. So, all right. So that's that. Okay, we've got the vampire card trick as requested by Ice Flame X. Ice Flame, thank you so much for the request. Okay, let me see. Vampire card trick. Okay, sometimes I'm always paranoid because sometimes when I'm like getting set up and it's like, oh no, if this magic camera is on, I'm giving the secrets of magic away. Sorry, man, I have to go. Yeah, good to see you as always. Yeah, thanks. Good seeing you too, Umber and Crow. Have a good night. Take care. Okay, so this is the vampire card trick. So what we have here are 4 cards. We have the Ace of Hearts, the 2 of Hearts, the 3 of Hearts, and the King of Spades. Now the King of Spades is going to represent our vampire. And so the vampire likes to feast, and he's going to feast on them in the order of Ace, 2, 3, the first, second, and the third. So all it takes is just 1 second for the vampire to feast on the first victim. Because if I show you, here's the 3, here's the 2, and here's the vampire, but the ace is no longer here. Actually, the blood has been completely sucked out of the ace because it's both front and the back. I know. Strange. Now, after the appetizer, the vampire wants to have the main course. So let's go ahead and head to our second victim. It just takes a second. And that vampire, well, here's the third victim. Here's our vampire, but our second victim has had the blood completely sucked out of them, both front and back. I know, really strange. And here's our third victim. Sorry, the dessert. And that's all it takes is for our vampire to have dessert, both front and back. Now, we live in a modern day society. You can't really get anywhere without people like posting on social media, tweeting, taking pictures all the time. I mean, everybody has like a camera in their pocket. And so this vampire knows they have to get out of town really fast. The vampire, my mortal enemy. This vampire right here, yeah, this vampire is going to get out of town really fast because they don't want to have their picture taken, especially in daylight, because they can't handle it. So they find a way to disappear. And that, my friends, is the vampire card trick. I will catch him. Just you wait. Oh, sorry. You just wait. I also imagine you shaking your fists, like, angrily. I will catch him. Ah. I don't know why he turned into like you turned into a pirate vampire hunter, but that's I'm gonna catch him, Ahab. Alright. Rest in power. Thank you so much for the emotes. Seeker of Weird. That's a shock face. Huh? Hold on, let me try and get. How was that? Was that good? I think I got that emote. Thank you kindly for the claps. Iced Flame X, I'm Uni, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. As a One Piece fan, that was a sweet comparison. Oh, yeah. So I haven't watched much One Piece. I understand the premise. I like the theme song, so that's like the extent of what I know about One Piece. But yeah, man, One Piece is really popular. There's a lot of people watch it. And One Piece goes on for a long time too. Part of the reason why I don't watch anime that long because I don't have time for it. So it's like everybody tells, "Oh man, Bleach is great," and like I watch other anime, and my friends tell me, "Oh, you would love it." I'm like, I probably would, like, but I just don't have time to watch it. So, for those of you who are fans of One Piece, have you guys heard about the One Piece live action? What do you guys think? Are you guys looking forward to it? Do you think you're gonna hate it? Because I'm curious. And actually, let me put one in for the finale as well. The finale trick. Let's go ahead and put in, oh. is imagine. Did I put that in there? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do illogical conclusion, and then we'll do our finale. Obviously, with the usual stipulation, if I mess it up, can't end stream on that. So we're gonna have to do something to correctly before I end stream. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? Let me do something fun with this one. So this trick is called illogical conclusion. And you're probably wondering how you can get into an illogical conclusion. Okay, hang on. Gotta find a card, right? It's occurred to me that having too many signed cards, I mean, I've said this before on stream, but sometimes it's tough. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Forlore says, I hope it goes well. The cast seems really good. All right. Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Iceland Max says, all right, I'm going to go get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Iceland Max, good night. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Good seeing you. Yeah, we'll chat. So we'll talk to you later. And take care. Let's see. Forlore, also, I feel like it would be a good way for people to engage to the story because it's truly amazing. Yes. So yeah, I was looking forward to the Cowboy Bebop live action until Netflix canceled season 2 because I thought there was still hope, and I liked season 1. I didn't hate it as much as other people, but it definitely lacked, the fourth main character. So, long story short, so I'm still a little bit upset, and if I didn't share my Netflix with a bunch of other people, which they're making me pay for now, I probably would cancel it. But I have this deal, we have Netflix, and then these other people can watch, and then they have Disney Plus, so we kind of share our streaming services. But I don't know if everybody's gonna crack down on that. I don't know, it'd be tougher. Anyway, okay, so what I have here, 2 piles, 4 cards apiece. So here, 4 cards. I'm not going to show you what any of these 4 cards are, but here I will show you what these 4 cards are. And they're all red face cards. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I want you to keep track of what you see amongst all 8 of these cards, and I will ask you what you think all of the cards are at the end. To make it fair, I'm going to go ahead and swap some cards from this pile with that pile, and then show you all the cards in this pile again. So we're going to first swap 1 card, and we'll show you these again. So once again, I think you just saw red face cards. Now we're going to go ahead and swap 2 cards. One, 2. And once again, I think you just saw red face cards. Now we're going to swap 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go through this one more time. And our last one, we will just swap 1 card. And we'll count through these ones again. They're all red face cards. So important question. Are all of these cards red face cards? Because I think that's what you saw. Any guesses? So feel free to make guesses if you think these are also red face cards, if you think they are black face cards, or black spot cards, or red spot cards. Feel free to put it in chat. We'll give you a second to guess while I take a swig of tea. Forlore says yes, which I think maybe means all of them. And Charlie's Beat says yes. Also, may think it's all of them. Alright, so if you're those of you who have been here before, you may know how this ends. Especially if you are fans of a couple of other streamer friends, one of which was in here earlier. Chris M. Yee. Because I'm going to show you what these 4 cards are. And these 4 cards. Hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. So here's my number. So call me maybe. And that, my friends, is illogical conclusion with a call me maybe kicker. You know, Charlie's Beats got the Chris M. Yee call me maybe emote. If you have it, spam it. Thank you kindly for the applause for Loris, and thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens. Seeker of Weird. I knew it was some kind of blank card, but I didn't expect that. You're welcome. Illogical. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Nice voice. Thank you, I'm Uni. I like to sing karaoke. That's the extent of my singing. But I mean, I've been known to randomly sing things on stream. So, all right. So, and that brings us to the final trick of the night, if I don't mess it up. All right. So, this is that time where I thank everybody because I usually like to do it before the very end. But thank you so much for everybody being here. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for everybody who has supported the stream. Thank you so much for the resubs. Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Chris M. Yee. Thank you so much for the bits, Mike 2600. Thank you so much for everybody who has rated. We had a couple raids tonight. Lily Meraki and Crazian. Thank you so much for the raids. And also, thank you so much to everybody who has interacted with the stream. Whether you chatted, you clicked on the heat map, you gave me a suit, a number, or a card. Whoa, Chris M. Yee, thank you so much for the gift sub. What? Oh my god. You gave Chris M. Yee, thank you for the gift sub to Seeker of Weird. Thank you. Seeker of Weird, you got the emotes. You got the sock now too. If you want to use Love High sock and Glorious, which is my face. Thank you so much to everybody who interacted with the stream. Thank you so much to all the lurkers, because without you, even if there was nobody else here watching, I would just be fiddling with cards. I mean, I know how the tricks are done, so there'd be no magic happening. The magic happens in your minds. So thank you so much. Show the socks. She needs to be on. Oh yeah. Sorry. And let's all take a moment to appreciate the deck sock, the true talent of the stream. Deck sock's going to take a bow. Yes, thank you so much. And actually, we can also place the sock here on camera. We'll take a look at the deck sock for a moment. Yeah, what a queen. And also, let's give some mod love to my mod, Gibson Lens. If you are not following Gibson Lens, I know I did a shout out not too long ago, but once again, let's Gibson Lens plays piano, plays all the wonderful things, has a lot of originals, and definitely if you want to get on our list of Twitch friends that have played Gibson Lens originals, I think we are up to 32 Twitch music friends that have played Gibson Lens's most popular original called Expanse on their stream. So if you want to check that out, if you play music, feel free to find the sheet music from a link from Gibson Lens's 32. Good. Okay. All right. I remember correctly. I was just double checking, making sure. All right. So, all right, friends, and okay. Once again, let me also just make sure that I have cards over here. All right. There we go. Okay. Obi-Wan is the latest to join the Expanse Club. Yes, that's right. Obi-Wan's now part of the Expanse Club. Okay. So this final trick for today, if I don't mess this up, is called Imagine. So I want to see and make sure that everybody's imagination is working perfectly fine. So I've got 4 cards here. We have a Joker, this Queen of Clubs, and a Joker. Okay. Now, I just want to show you that all the Jokers are blue-backed, while the Queen of Clubs is red-backed. Now, I want you to imagine that what I'm going to do now is remove the Queen of Clubs, and I'm going to place it under the table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it through the table back into my hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you saw my hand jump, but that card traveling through, it has come back, because look. Once again, we have our Queen of Clubs. Now I want you to just imagine that I'm taking the Queen of Clubs under the table, and I'm sticking my hand under the table, and I'm going to throw it back into my hand. Watch. Whoa, I'm Unis with the transporter. Transported from under the table into my hand. I didn't even have to throw out that time. Thank you so much, Uni, for triggering the transporter. Because look, watch. It has actually come back. And you're probably getting, oh man, so frustrated. How many times can he do it? I know, right. Let's just do it one more time. Transporter from there to here. Yes, that's right. Because look, one more time. I know. Now, I just want you to imagine that what you just saw was not really happening. Like what you saw was not a trick in which I had jokers, and not a trick in which I had a queen, and not a trick in which I made cards jump from underneath the table to the top of the table, or Uni transporting it. I want you to imagine that none of that happened. It was just all in your imagination. Because if I show you, this queen wasn't really here, because this queen, look, was just in your imagination. These jokers weren't here either, just part of your imagination. Because look, they are all part of your imagination. And that, my friends, I'm just laughing at Loris's reaction. That, my friends, is Imagine. And that is the finale trick. I would say I did well on that. I was happy with the performance. Sock, thank you so much for helping me out with all the tricks today. And let me go ahead and read. What do you mean? No, fuck this. No, hell no. Secret words like, oh. Thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, I'm Uni. Okay, whew. All right, and we can call that a stream for today. Forlore says, I'm laughing so much. I hate this trick. Positive. I got it. No, I understand. Thank you so much, Forlore, for the reactions. I love it. I get it. Oh, man. All right. So, it's that time of night where we find somebody to raid. And let's see here. Where do we go from here? Let's see. Oh, wait. Have I? I think I've rated this person only once, and not for a long time. And let me see. Hold on. I have a spreadsheet. I'm going to keep track of all this. Rated out to. I've rated out to this person once a long time ago. It was stream number 5. And we're on stream 51. So I've not rated this person in that long. So today actually let me also open the stream and make sure that they're still going and not going to be ending soon. And knowing my luck, oh, yep, no wait, hold on. No curses. She just raided out. No longer there. Okay. All right. So we were gonna raid Pianist Miri, but no longer there. Okay. All right. Next. Let's see. Okay. I don't think I've ever. Hold on. Let me go into this person's chat. Yeah, fail, and make sure this person is still going. Oh no, they're not doing their normal music thing. Ah, man. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Where are we going here? Okay, when was the last time I raided this other person? Man, finding raid targets is hard. I'm glad I only have to do this once a week, because if I had to struggle like multiple times a week. Okay, stream number. Okay, 27 was the last time I streamed this person. Sorry, rated this person. Wait. Let me also just go and check and make sure that they're not going to be rating out. Or not there. OMG, me every time I need to end stream. Secret, yes, secret weird. That's the struggle is real, right? Oh, this person is not doing music at the moment. Now, I normally like to choose music because I'm part of. I hang out with a lot of Twitch friends that are musicians, but like it's also like a performance art, and there's not many magicians to to go to. So, hold on. All right, that's a little. Let me. Okay, hold on. This person I've never rated. Let me see what they're doing. Find an artist. Okay, let me. Oh, wait. Hold on. Thanks for the artist tip. Wait. This one currently says makers and crafters, so fingers crossed they are arting. I know a really cool streamer. Feel free to let me know the name. No guarantees that we'll. Okay, all right. You know what? Okay, hold on. Okay, they've only been going for an hour. Okay, okay. Here we go. Crazy Asian. I have to raid out. I have to go to bed. I work tomorrow. We can't keep going. I also have to plan something for next week because next week is stream 52, which is big. I love that artist. Okay, all right, guys. We're going to be going over to Juanita Cow. So Juanita Cow. I know it's sometimes a duo, but normally it is he who plays variety games, but currently is under the makers and crafting category and is putting together Legos. So yeah, bed is sacred. Go to bed. Yes, I know. I'm gonna raid out. I'm trying to raid out. Okay. All right. So I know that Bert, we made rating, right? Command rating Juanita Cow. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So there we go. So we're gonna be going over to Juanita Cow. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna start the raid, and then oh, thanks for the raid calls. Man, you're faster than me. I wasn't ready. So there we are. Okay, cool. So we're going to be going to Juanita Cow, also a friend of a bunch of music streamers, but Juanita Cow plays games. The last time I caught Juanita Cow was playing Final Fantasy X, which I'm also a big fan of Final Fantasy. But they're putting together Legos right now. So Legos are a big part of my current life because my wife likes puzzles, and my daughter got Lego Duplos for her birthday last week. So we're going to be playing with a lot of Legos. But yeah, also support creators and makers, or sorry, crafters and makers. Wait, what's the category? It is makers and crafting. All right, that's the category. So other people in the art community. All right, so there we go. So please copy a raid call, and let's show Juanita Cow some support. And otherwise, thank you so much for coming to hang out and watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. And once again, next week, big stream for me, Magic Stream 52, and I'll make some announcements, hopefully pretty big, and probably also celebrate my 1-year affiliate. So anyway, thanks so much, everybody. Have a glorious night. We'll see you next time. Bye.